or have in their repertoire that could enable them to help fill that void?
They're talented guys, and particularly in the case of Roman, he just simply lacks experience. But the only way to get experience is to play. And so he's worked extremely hard. I've been pleased with his progress generally in terms of his growth and development. He has more good days than bad. Opportunities like this, man, are big for young developing players. Oftentimes we say one man's misfortune is another man's opportunity, and you're looking at it today in terms of those two guys getting an opportunity to step up and elevate their roles within what we do offensively.
You know, you all often talk about expecting a big jump from players in their second seasons. That's Roman Wilson. That's a description of him. He is in his second season. What have you seen from him?
I've seen dramatic growth and development in him day to day. It hadn't necessarily panned out in stadium, but again, I watch day to day. I know that what happens day to day invariably turns up in stadium, and so it's simply a matter of time. And sometimes it takes an opportunity such as this, the lack of availability of Calvin Austin, to generate that. He's had really good days. He was really good in the preseason. And so it's a natural progression from my perspective.
A final word from Coach Tomlin in a moment as we count down to kickoff, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Ford F-Series, a name you'll remember. They're the best-selling trucks in America and the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers, capable of towing, hauling, and being the MVP of your game day tailgate. They're here to help you score big. Go to neighborhoodfordstore.com and enter for a chance to win an F-150. You might just become the talk of Steelers Nation. F-Series, the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
Hey, Steelers fans, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. Bet on your favorite Steelers player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. BetMGM.com for T&Cs. 21 and older to wager. Pennsylvania and West Virginia only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
From last-second game-winning field goals to 98-yard kickoff returns, football is exciting. But as the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers, PNC prefers to be steady and boring, like a solid ground game that eats up the clock. A strategy that scored a lot of financial wins over the last 160 years. And while our customers may not wear our name on the back of jerseys, Steelers fans can get 20% off regularly priced merchandise with the Pittsburgh Steelers PNC Bank debit card. A pretty exciting option play if you ask us. Find out more at pnc.com/Steelers card. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Planting a tree, putting in a new sprinkler system, digging a trench, no matter the project. If it involves digging, Pennsylvania 811 wants to remind you to call 811 before you dig. It's the law and it ensures your safety by steering you clear of underground lines and cables you can't see running right beneath you. Remember, every dig counts. Don't let what's buried beneath the ground surprise you. Find out more at PA1call.org. PA1call.org. Stay safe. Call 811 before you start digging.
Tractor trailers are some of the most dangerous vehicles on the road. There are federal rules for load sizes, driver's hours, and maintenance for a reason. When big rigs don't follow these rules, entire families can be torn apart. We have the talent and the resources to take on these large companies. Hopefully, through our work, families are being helped and trucking companies are getting the message about safety.
Bordis & Bordis, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. The Mike Tomlin Show is brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Welcome back to the Mike Tomlin Show, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Today's opponent is the Cleveland Browns, and in assessing their offense, you mentioned that their interior offensive linemen, center Ethan Posick and guard Joel Bitonio and Wyatt Teller, set the pace for that unit. How can an interior offensive line set the pace for the unit, and how does that trio do it specifically?
You know, in terms of volume, non-situational moments, man, the core of their run game is centered around that group. They'll zone scheme you. They'll gap scheme you. They pull both guards. Those guys are experienced individually and collectively. And so in non-situational moments, the vast majority of their plays run through the exploits of those guys. In situational moments, passing circumstances and so forth, they're just really solid up the middle. And when you have a short quarterback, man, you need a group that's really solid up the middle for clarity and so forth. I just think that oftentimes in general football discussions, we spend a lot of time talking about eligibles, passers, runners, receivers, and so forth. And there's certainly a lot to talk about regarding Cleveland. They got a lot of interesting and exciting young people that are playing significant roles for them. But quietly behind the scenes, man, Palcic, Teller, Batonio, they're the nuts and bolts of that unit, not only in terms of talent but experience. And you'll feel that. They're a very good short yardage team because the short yardage runs through the center and the guards. And so there's a lot of situational moments, some subtle, some not so subtle, where their talent and experience comes to the forefront. And I'm just not going to allow our team or our defensive unit to miss the forest for the trees.
When it comes to how the Browns utilize tight end David Njoku, plus his importance to their offense, is he similar to how the Ravens utilize Mark Andrews and his importance to Baltimore's offense?
He's that and then some, to be quite honest with you. He certainly does the vertical things that Mark Andrews does, runs deep overs and seams. He's a red zone target. I remember we played both teams last year. Both of those guys had 3, 4, 5 game streaks where they had caught touchdowns in a row. But the different component of his game is the tight end screen game and the check down game. He is a weapon after the catch in some of those low-risk propositions. They throw tight end screens on second and long to him, and they get back to third and manageable. You get in long yardage situations, they get in max pro, they dump him check downs, and oftentimes, you've seen a lot of highlights of him dragging smaller defenders and running them over and through secondaries in an effort to create yards after the catch. I think his run after catch is something that distinguishes him in that comparison and discussion regarding his relevance to his unit.
Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski calls the offensive plays. What kind of a play caller is he, and is it different when it's the head coach who's the play caller as opposed to a coordinator?
I don't know the differences, particularly as it pertains to when that unit's on the field. There's certainly some consequences in terms of the totality of dealing with all three phases. But specifically in terms of dealing with the offense, I doubt there's very little differences. In terms of describing him as a play caller, he's practical. As Kevin Colbert would say, if he's got red paint, he paints his barn red. He's not going to expose that young quarterback to too much. He's going to play behind that interior offensive line that I mentioned earlier. He's going to let that runner try to control the game. And he's going to take calculated risks associated with producing victory. He is very practical. I've known Kevin a long time. We worked together in Minnesota in 2006. He's a hell of a football coach. He is going to work to accentuate the strengths of the unit individually and collectively, and he's certainly going to do a nice job of minimizing things in areas where they may fall short.
Besides Myles Garrett, who is Cleveland's key guy or key guys on defense?
I'd say Delpit secondarily because he does so much. He plays safety on first and second down. He's a good blitzer in run circumstances. Oftentimes they bring him off the edge on the open side. He plays dime linebacker on third down or in passing circumstances. He's capable of playing big nickel when you got a tight end. That's a challenge for linebackers to cover in 12 personnel. He'll come down, and so he'll cover a tight end like Jonnu on first and second down when they're man-to-man from the nickel position. His versatility in all the things that he does for them really makes me want to highlight him as a number 2 guy. Because of all the things that he does. He's also the personal protector on the punt team to speak to his versatility. And obviously, Denzel Ward is a top-notch global corner and who has done it at a high level for a long time.
Is there such a thing as October football in the NFL? And if so, how is it different than September football?
You should see those that lack experience gaining experience. And so I think, if you put a gun to my head and made me describe October football, particularly in the special teams game, guys like Carson Bruner and Jack Sawyer, They're not wet behind the ears anymore. They've been in some circumstances, and it's reasonable to expect them to display that awareness in that snap experience. I think that's what October is about. Those that are going to do it and be able to sustain in our business for a significant period of time, their experience and the lessons that they're learning from September is starting to show. And those that don't learn lessons, their lack of progress starts to show. And as coaches and leaders and decision makers, people who divide the labor up, we better recognize those that are elevating and those that aren't.
Your record in games played the weekend following the bye is 14-4. What do you think has led to that kind of success?
I don't know, man. It must have been 4 failures, to be honest with you. I'm trying to win in all circumstances. I'm trying to do what's best for our unit. Each bye week sometimes dictates different behavior. A lot of things factor into it. The age and experience or lack thereof of your collective, the level of health of your collective, when the bye week falls in the calendar. And so all of those games that you mentioned, they all have their own individual stories. And if I'm doing my job, I'm teeing the group up relative to that specific thing. And so, that's what I'm always trying to do. And so when I hear that, I think about 4 failures.
That's the Mike Tomlin Show, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm Bob Labriola. Rob King, Max Starks, and Missy Matthews are next as we count down to kickoff. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Mike Tomlin Show was brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mornings with Randy Bauman and the DVE Morning Show and Steelers football. This is WDVE Pittsburgh.
Hi, I'm John Henney, 4th generation family owner of Henney Jewelers. We know Pittsburgh loves to support local businesses. At Henney Jewelers, our experienced, highly skilled, and friendly team is ready to help you with all of your jewelry needs. From the moment you step into our newly renovated store in Shadyside, you'll experience the Henney difference, an inviting atmosphere, luxury shopping, and the highest quality engagement ring and jewelry selection anywhere. Visit HenneyJewelers.com for information and appointments, or simply walk in. Henney Jewelers, your jewelers for life.
Oh Mama at Jason Aldean's Kitchen and Bar is a free ladies' night filled with inspiration and fun. Hear from Charlotte Hayward, mother of Steelers players Cam and Connor, along with other prominent women in leadership. Stay after for the game against Cincinnati. Register at Eventbrite using keyword Oh Mama. Registration is free and includes food, drink tickets, and a welcome gift. Oh Mama is sponsored by Washington and Jefferson College, Castle Rock Hormone Health, U.S. Steel, Clearview Federal Credit Union, Edgar Snyder and Associates, your neighborhood Ford store, UPMC, and 84 Lumber.
At Washington and Jefferson College, we don't just equip you for what's next. We empower you to adapt and thrive. At W&J, bold academics meet professors who coach you to succeed. Real-world experience is built into every major. So when you graduate, you're not just ready, you're game ready. Schedule your campus visit today at washjeff.edu. That's washjeff.edu and see where your journey begins. Washington and Jefferson College, where you learn to adapt to any challenge and thrive in the ever-changing world.
This is Max Starks. On the field, my job was all about protection. Keeping Big Ben upright, blocking the rush, securing the win. At home, I trust Pella Windows of Pittsburgh for that same level of protection and quality. Pella Windows are built tough. Like Pittsburgh, they're energy efficient and they look great too. So when it's time to replace your windows, go with the team that knows how to protect. Call Pella Pittsburgh at 412-219-2291 or visit PellaPittsburgh.com and tell them Max sent you.
Yo, it's Mark Madden. If you're shopping for a new TV or appliance, Voss TV and Appliance is the only store for you. Voss is a locally owned family business with the buying power of a big box store. Visit my guys Rick or Matt at Voss TV and Appliance and get up to a $3,000 mail-in rebate on Cafe brand appliances. Voss TV and Appliance, serving Pittsburgh more than 6 decades with the lowest prices in town, guaranteed. Visit Voss TV and Appliance at VossTV.com or call 412-650-VOSS.
7-4 following the week off, 6-1 at home under Coach Tomlin, and it feels like they're rejuvenated. By the way, they're also getting healthier. Joey Porter Jr., Alex Highsmith in uniforms and active. This could be the first time we see all 11 starters on defense. Speaking of Joey Porter, as he gets some loud cheers coming out of the tunnel, Rob. So they're ready to go, and as you said, AFC North football. There's nothing that can get you as excited about some AFC North ball. As Coach says, it's hot in the kitchen.
Yeah, Missy, thank you very much. And it's hot here at Acrisure Stadium. Terrible towel swirling as the defense is introduced to the crowd here. This place is electric right now, standing on its feet. And the Steelers defense that Missy just alluded to, hey, they're healthy. They should have the 11 starters out there for the first time all season. Last 2 games, 11 sacks, 7 takeaways. They're going against a Browns team that features 3 rookies, including quarterback Dillon Gabriel making his second career start.
I have to tell you this, I am excited. In fact, it's so good with so many guys for the intros. They intro 12 guys. That's how good they are. And I thought that was crazy because Nick Herbig has been playing well enough. Him, Alex Highsmith, and TJ Watt all announced as starters to keep things on kilter, so to speak, or off kilter for this Cleveland Browns team. I think that's awesome. It's going to be great to see this. They're flying around. The last 2 weeks have been great. Let's make sure the bye week doesn't create a sluggish start, and they go take it to Dillon Gabriel and make him feel like a rookie.
10 straight games for the Cleveland Browns in which they have not exceeded 17 points scored. That is a long stretch that the Steelers would like to see continue today at Acrisure Stadium as they open up the AFC North portion of their schedule in first place in the North coming out of the bye. This is Rob King. That concludes today's pregame show. Kickoff is next on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The only station where you get Randy Baumann mornings and Steelers football is 102.5 WDVE Pittsburgh.
Chalk Talk, presented by Giant Eagle, airs live on 102.5 DVE from the Market District in Robinson every Tuesday with Steelers wide receiver Calvin Austin III. Top out for your chance to win game tickets to meet number 19. Chalk Talk, Tuesdays at 7 p.m. for Market District on DVE.
This year's senior class is back at homecoming, reunited and protected with mNEXSpike, the new COVID-19 vaccine from Moderna for adults 65 and older. That's because these seniors know they face the highest risk of severe COVID. mNEXSpike, COVID-19 vaccine mRNA, is a COVID-19 vaccine for people 65 and older and for 12 to 64-year-olds at high risk for severe COVID. You shouldn't get mNEXSpike if you've had an allergic reaction to a previous Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. Rare cases of inflammation of the heart muscle and outer lining have been reported. Common side effects include pain at the injection site, tiredness, headache, muscle or joint pain, chills, nausea, vomiting, and underarm swelling or soreness. mNEXSpike may not protect everyone. This year's senior class came ready with a COVID-19 vaccine that helps them keep showing up. mNEXSpike from Moderna, here for the senior class. Visit mnexspike.com to schedule your vaccine today. That's mnexspike.com.
Hi, I'm John Henney.
And I'm Dara Henney.
On behalf of all of us at Henney Jewelers, we invite you to become one of our cherished Henney couples.
Our friendly, no-pressure team can help you find or create the perfect engagement ring.
We personally handpick every diamond to give you the highest quality and the best value you'll find anywhere.
Complete with Henney's Hallmark customer service. We can't wait to welcome you to our newly renovated store on Walnut Street in Shadyside. For information and appointments, visit HenneyJewelers.com or follow us on social.
Henney Jewelers, your jewelers for life.
With more than 100 diverse consulting offerings, Schneider Downs doesn't focus on what service to provide, but rather what problems they can help you solve. Tax and accounting, digital consulting and cybersecurity, risk management, and financial advisory. Learn more at schneiderdowns.com.
We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
We'll talk about this game starting tomorrow with the DVE Morning Show. Then, all week, we get you ready for the next game on your radio home of the Steelers, WDVE Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2025. Brought to you in part by 84 Lumber, a dynasty partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Pella Windows, viewed to be the best. By Clearview Federal Credit Union. For every touchdown the black and gold score in 2025. Clearview Federal Credit Union will donate $500 to the Light of Life mission. Clearview, your financial partner for a better life. Visit clearviewfcu.org. By Iron Workers Local Union number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. By Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. By Henny Jewelers, Pittsburgh's choice jewelry store for engagement rings, luxury jewelry, and watches. By Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of Steelers Nation. By South Hills Kia. South Hills Kia has the ride and a price you'll love. By CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center, where the average Joe can buy like a pro. By Iron Workers Local Union number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. And by First National Bank. Can your bank do that? Welcome to FNB. Let's get started. Member FDIC.
This legal disclaimer is brought to you by the law firm of Bordis & Bordis, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bordis & Bordis, fighting for justice.
This broadcast is copyrighted by the National Football League and the Pittsburgh Steelers for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or of any descriptions or accounts of the game without the consent of the National Football League or the Pittsburgh Steelers is prohibited.
What's your call? Tails is the call. Tails is the call. It is tails. Cleveland has won the toss, deferred their choice in the second half. You want the ball. Which way do you want to kick? Okay, please flip around. Pittsburgh will receive the opening kickoff. Let's play football.
That is official Ron Torbert. So the Browns win the toss, defer. The Steelers will get the ball first. And Missy, really good success for the Steelers historically here in Pittsburgh against the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, not to jinx it, Rob, but they have won 21 straight regular season home games versus Cleveland from 2004 to current, the longest active streak in the NFL. Oh, and by the way, Mike Tomlin against Cleveland all time, 27-8-1. So let's keep that streak going.
Max, can I take my fingers out of my ear yet? Is Missy done talking?
Yeah.
We don't want to jinx that one.
La 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 la.
That's good stuff, Missy. Thank you very much. And look, AFC North football, you're coming out of the bye. This should have your attention, right?
Yeah, it absolutely should, because most importantly, it's the next game. You're only as good as your last game, and guess what? You had a bye last week, so therefore, no game, no problems. We didn't regress. We've actually added healthy bodies onto this, so you should not be looking any further than when this ball is kicked forward until it hits all zeros in the fourth quarter. All attention needs to be on, of course, doing maritime law. That's flushing it when it's brown.
Andre Schmidt is kicking off for the Browns, who are to our left. The Steelers in front of us moving right to left. They'll get the ball first wearing the gold pants, black jerseys is the Browns in the orange pants. Do we call those brown, orange, white?
Yeah.
White. I think we're going to call that orange. Grant Delpit and Mike Tomlin, by the way, exchanging a quick hello.
Orange, small brown stripe, white stripe.
Yep, and a brown number on the uniform. That was number 9. Delpit talking to Mike Tomlin. You heard Mike Tomlin talking with Bob Labriola before the game. A lot of respect for Grant Delpit, who does a lot of things for this very, very good Browns defense. Quinshon Williams just called up, and he is back to receive this kick. He's going to get it at the 4-yard line on the far side of the field, running up the numbers, the 20, the 25, and is pounded there at the 28-yard line. And that is where the Steelers will have the ball following that 24-yard return. So a lot of jumbo package last week. Don't see Spencer Anderson coming out there today, or do we?
Yeah,
yes, we do see him.
Yeah,
jumbo package.
Listen, don't let the striper guy call eligible. Don't you minimize him. We had a 6-lineman group, and I think if you're going to set the tempo early, this is what you do. You set the tempo early. Let the Browns know this is what we're doing. Until you stop it, we are going to give you a steady diet of it.
And by the way, Tyson Campbell, the new cornerback, is on the far side of the field. The defensive left, Denzel Ward, onto the defensive right. He's across DK Metcalf as Aaron Rodgers begins in the shotgun, tightly bunched offense and defense. And the play-action pass rolling out as a man wide open. It's Darnell Washington at the 40, rumbling up the right sideline, and has it punched out from behind, but it trickles out of bounds at the 32-yard line. So a quick play-action to a wide-open Darnell Washington.
I love this play so much. You motion Darnell in. They think it's going to be a run. He just literally runs right up the seam and makes a little cut to the right. dumped it over the top. Here, that's what Cleveland did against Minnesota last week to free Harold Fannin Jr. In a play, and then also Minnesota used it with Josh Oliver's touchdown for them in the beginning of the game. So utilizing some of the strategies from last week against the Browns, great job on the first play out by Arthur Smith and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and the ball is going to be marked at the 36-yard line of the Browns. So Aaron Rodgers now under center, and Metcalf has motioned back to a fullback position. Now here's the turn, the handoff, the give to Warren. Starts left, cuts back to the right, weaves his way through traffic, gets inside the 35 down to the 33, a 4-yard gain on first down.
I mean, the trickeration is at an all-time high. We're 2 for 2 here. First of all, you bring Spencer Anderson, you fake a run with the lead with Darnell Washington, and go.
Oh, Metcalf is gingerly limping off the field, and Roman Wilson will sprint onto the field to take his place. 13.
That's never a good sign.
No, it's not a good sign. Hopefully he'll be okay. 13:30 remaining here in the first quarter. Third snap of the game for the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left, Warren to his right. Rodgers gets the snap, will give on the delay to Warren off right guard, and he bangs forward to the 30-yard line. A pickup of another 3 yards will bring up a third and about 4 or so.
And this is trying to establish a run game, trying to give a steady diet, trying to get 8 guys into that box so you can get those single high opportunities. And I appreciate the Steelers staying consistent with this. I'm still reeling from that first play. That was a great play design.
By the way, Metcalf has checked back in. That is good news. He is a part of a 3-receiver bunch with Jonnu Smith and Scotty Miller to the left. Darnell Washington flanked out to the right. Rodgers in the shotgun. Very good Browns pass rush. They're showing a 5-man rush here, and they will bring 5. Rodgers back, pump fakes, now comes back again to Jonnu Smith, who's jolted as he makes the catch in the left flat, enough for a first down to the 25-yard line.
Great pocket by the offensive line. They ran a TE twist on Myles Garrett's side to the left side, picked up perfectly. Ciamalo passes it off to Jones. Plenty of time. ID spot on Jonnu Smith, put it right on his chest, right beyond the numbers, new set of downs.
And Carson Schwessinger learned about that backs and backer drill because he got hammered by Jalen Warren blitzing up the middle of the field to give Rodgers that big pocket. Kenneth Gainwell is checked in, under 12 minutes remaining in the first quarter. And now, with things moving slowly and 3 on the play clock, the Steelers are going to call a timeout. Very impressive opening drive thus far here, Max, as they... again, to borrow one from our old buddy Craig Wolfley, a little trickeration here in that first play.
A little trickeration, and also we got the Bollard Buster and Jalen Warren taking on a blitz. This is great Steelers football. Remember what we saw for the first, 3 games of the season, opening score drives. So this is something that's become more the norm. I think last game, 2 weeks ago, was the only time they've been stopped in an opening drive of the game score. So back to their old ways, back to normal, getting into a rhythm. But you see a lot of invigoration, a lot of creativity, especially for those first 2 plays with the alignment, with the personnel groupings, and doing some things that were unconventional.
And remember, it had been 22 games since the Steelers had scored an opening drive kickoff before they did it in the opener this year. Now, looking to duplicate that here, they have a 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line. Rodgers in the shotgun. Gets a snap, throws to the left, and too tall, intended for DK Metcalf. Covered by Denzel Ward, incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Here's the interesting thing. You have Denzel Ward on one side, and Denzel Ward is a guy who normally plays at right cornerback position, playing left because of the Greg Newsome trade, and now new acquired guy Tyson Campbell being in that rotation. So now they've kind of had to switch up how they go about how they block everything. So it's going to be really interesting to see how they continue to do these matchups.
Metcalf split wide to the right. Rodgers gesturing with his left hand in the shotgun, brings him in motion. That's Miller, gives it a delay to Gainwell. Gainwell tries to bounce it outside, nothing doing. He is snuffed out immediately on the play. Devin Bush, who's having a fine season for the Browns, comes up to make the stop.
And just outnumbered at the point there. You had 2 guys off the edge before you even ran the wham with the tight end. So there was not a lot you could do there. It was doomed from the beginning. If anything, audible out of that, knowing you have 2 hang defenders. But you run that play, you lose yardage, and it puts you in a very precarious situation for 3rd down.
Jalen Warren is checked back in at the running back position. This is a Browns defense with the 2nd best sack rate in the NFL. And this is an obvious passing down here on a 3rd and 11. Jalen Warren motions out to the left H-back position there. Empty set for Rodgers. 3 receivers to the right. Gets the snap. Browns bringing 4. Rodgers steps up, throws left, and behind intended receiver Jonnu Smith with pressure coming up the middle. And so Chris Boswell and the Steelers field goal unit will be out to try this field goal attempt.
And that was a good matchup for Jonnu Smith on Tyson Campbell, the newly acquired Jacksonville Jaguar, now Brown. But bad angle there, like you said, the pressure coming. Aaron can't drive the ball into the spot for Jonnu to go make a good attempt at it. But you still get an opportunity to come away with points potentially.
Ball marked on the left hash, 44-yard attempt here by Boswell. Kuntz the snap, the hold, and the kick is up, and it is drilled right down the middle by Chris Boswell. Now 7 for 8 on field goal attempts on the season. 10:55 remains first quarter from Acrisure Stadium. Steelers football continues with a score. The Steelers 3, the Browns 0.
Ford F-Series, a name you'll remember. They're the best-selling trucks in America and the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers, capable of towing, hauling, and being the MVP of your game day tailgate. They're here to help you score big. Go to neighborhoodfordstore.com and enter for a chance to win an F-150. You might just become the talk of Steelers Nation. F-Series, the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
Confluence Financial Partners provides financial guidance that balances living fully today, preparing confidently for tomorrow, and securing what matters most. As your partner in wealth management and a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers, they act as the quarterback of your financial plan, helping you navigate life's transitions and milestones. Your legacy deserves more than a plan. It deserves a partner. Discover how Confluence Financial Partners can help you build yours at confluencefp.com.
Think you have what it takes to be a part of a passionate team in a thriving industry? 84 Lumber is immediately hiring for a variety of full-time positions at its southwestern PA locations. 84 Lumber knows their successes come from their people. They prioritize growth by making it easy to pave your own path within the company. They are proud to promote nearly 100% from within and help you create a career that you are proud of. Take the first step to building the career of your dreams by visiting 84lumber.com/careers to apply today.
Hi, Western Pennsylvania. This is Edgar Snyder. I want to thank you for over 40 years of trusting my law firm. During those years, we've helped thousands of people just like you, our neighbors. We're here for you. We're here for our community. We're here for our region. If you've been seriously hurt in an accident, you need to talk to a lawyer, even if it's not us. If you do call us, know that you'll have the firm with over 40 years of experience fighting to get the money you deserve. And of course, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
And an opening drive field goal for the Steelers. Chris Boswell getting set to kick things off here for the Steelers. And when the Steelers defense takes the field, Missy, Cam Hayward's going to be moving up a particular chart here in Steelers history.
Yeah, not too shabby to be on this one, Rob. This will be his 181st regular season game that he has started. Second most among defensive players, and now he moves up to number 5 with a tie, Dermontti Dawson with 181.
Missy, thank you. The guys ahead of Ben Roethlisberger, Mike Webster, Hines Ward, and Mel Blount. Not a bad list as the kickoff is taken by Dylan Sampson, and the speedy rookie is just hammered as he gets out to the 27-yard line as Bruner and Skoranek combine in the stop at the 28. So nice coverage by the special teams unit, and we will get our first look at Dillon Gabriel following that 27-yard kickoff return. His second career start, third-round pick out of Oregon. Played a ton of college football, Max.
Ton of high school, ton of college. I mean, think about this. You know, he is 26 years old right now, 25, 26?
25, yeah, going to be 26. Yeah. Look at this alignment. Holy mackerel. Okay, now the Browns are going to spread things out, and Gabriel, they had everybody lined up, tightly bunched, and now Gabriel is going to go empty set here.
Yeah, 3
lifts his foot.
On one side.
Yeah, gets the snap, back to pass. Looking, and now trouble, throws late over the middle, incomplete, intended for Jerry Jeudy as T.J. Watt began to apply pressure, and T.J. Watt not happy with something, talking things over with the officials, but his pressure leads to that incompletion.
I mean, from TJ, a little upset about where the hand placement is in his face by Jack Conklin. But then TJ goes right back beforehand and hits him in the face. So it was like retribution kind of equalized itself out. But very interesting set. 3 tight ends on one side, 2 receivers on the other to start the game. A little trickeration by the Browns.
Sampson under center on this second down play. Gets a snap, turns, gives to Judkins off the right side, and Judkins bottled up, nowhere to go, may have lost half a yard. Judkins, the rookie second rounder out of Ohio State, he has been outstanding, getting better week by week, 110 rushing yards last week against Minnesota.
They had a solid game and has just been getting better and better. 4.4 average on the season. 4.6 yards per rush on the season. No training camp. Obviously had the issues at the beginning, but has been on fire and been a solid back for this Browns offense.
3rd and 10. Dylan Sampson is checked in, but it's an empty set here for Gabriel. Gabriel clapping the hands, wants the ball, gets it back to pass, flag flies, stands in the pocket, throws underneath, incomplete over the middle of the field, intended for Isaiah Bond. However, as the Steelers getting ready to come off the
offside.
field. Yeah.
Defense number 90 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
So the Browns will get another shot at this 3rd down conversion.
And it's always so funny when you see that angle. TJ is so wide. I mean, it's arbitrary at times about a guy lining up off sides, because if it's just a hand or half a hand to pass, quote unquote, the perceived line of scrimmage is tough.
So 3rd and 5, ball now at the 33-yard line. And the Browns will have Dylan Sampson once again in at the running back position. This time he is next to Gabriel in the shotgun. Now he motions out to the left. Once again an empty set. Steelers bring 4. Gabriel back to pass. Looking, throws over the middle of the field. It is complete. Hauled in by Jerry Jeudy at the 45-yard line, and it will be enough for a first down for the Browns. So second time the charm for Cleveland, and they pick up a fresh set of downs.
And that's just tough when you have that self-inflicted wound by yourself. You could have had a 3-and-out opportunity, line up off sides, give the Browns new life. Weren't able to move the football at all, but they're able to complete there and keep the chains moving and stay on the field.
12-yard pickup. This is a very good interior offensive line for the Browns. A couple of Pro Bowlers in Teller and Joel Bitonio, solid center, and Posick. Now Judkins is the lone setback. He's going to get the handoff, going to try the right side, and crashing down from the back as he is taken down is Highsmith. So Highsmith does a nice job. Boy, he moved quickly down the line of scrimmage. There is a flag on the play. Right now it's a 1-yard gain. Let's see what the call is. Officials huddling at the 46-yard line. Ron Torbert is the referee. These guys they're having a chat.
This is definitely a meeting of the minds right now.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense, number 3. 15-yard penalty, and the down counts. The second down.
That was Jerry Jeudy. And if you're the Cleveland Browns with a rookie quarterback trying to, pick up small doses of yardage, right? Like they targeted the tight ends a lot. Jeudy gave a left hand to Joey
gave
Porter
a left
Jr.
cross there. It was pretty clean too.
Yeah,
Joey just back. Normally
Joey's fine, by the way. Don't worry about Joey.
You hold your breath because you're like, God, please don't let them call it on Joey, because they like to do that. So.
Yeah. So now it's going to be a 2nd and 24, and again with a rookie quarterback targeting the tight ends half the time last week in Minnesota. Trying to pick up small chunks of yardage. This is a big challenge for them. Sampson is to the left of Gabriel in the shotgun. Bond in motion right to left as Gabriel gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking, steps up, throws out to the left flat. It's complete to Sampson, and Sampson tripped up, kind of stumbles forward. It's Jalen Ramsey who made the stop. Short pickup out to about the 36-yard line. Is going to bring up a 3rd and 19.
And Dillon Gabriel had to get that ball out quick. Alex Highsmith was right in his face. TJ right on his back. So he doesn't have a lot of time to make those longer field vision throws. You just throwing check down dumps. Like you said, tight ends being very utilized in the quick one-step slants out of the slots last week. So this offensive line has to do a good job. They're rotating at left tackle. Cam Robinson's in right now, but KT Levinston has been in there all in this first drive. So trying to find something for that left side.
3rd and 19. Gabriel the snap, steps up, throws, and it is dropped by Jerry Jeudy. Nobody drops more footballs, or nobody did last year, than Jerry Jeudy, and he drops that one. Would have been a short pickup regardless, but that is something to keep an eye on. His 13 drops led the NFL last year, and another one here for Jeudy brings out the punting unit for the Cleveland Browns.
Didn't even need to jump really for that one, but he decided to jump in that moment. So I appreciate he has a case of the dropsies. I hope it continues throughout this game.
And Quinshon Williams back to return this punt again, just activated for the Steelers today with Calvin Austin down. Bajorquez back. Left-footed boot is a high spiraling kick, drives Quinshon back to his 12-yard line, gets the ball, makes one-man miss, starts to the left and cuts up the middle of the field, has room, crosses the 40, the 45, the 50, slowed up by Bajorquez and brought down from behind at the 40-yard line. However, there is a flag back at the 17-yard line. Electric return by Quinshon Williams. The tackle by Quinshon Judkins. Let's see what the officials are discussing. Jabril Peppers is pleading his case, so that probably does not mean good things for the Steelers. And once again, Ron Torbert and his group, they're just having chats out there. A lot of talking going on out there amongst this officiating crew.
It looks like a block in the back, potentially. I think that was Peppers. Couldn't get his head all the way around.
During the return, personal foul, illegal blindside block, number 40 of the return team. Penalty 15 yards from the spot of the foul. Pittsburgh keeps the ball 1st and 10. Timeout on the field.
I don't believe that's a blindside.
Yeah, wiping out a phenomenal return by Quinshon Williams. Steelers will be pinned deep at the 7:53 mark of the first quarter when we resume with a score: the Steelers 3, the Browns nothing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
At FNB, we rewrote the rules of banking and made getting everything you need a whole lot easier. Experience the one-of-a-kind e-store common app from FNB. Checking, savings, loans, credit cards. One application done in minutes. Just one common app for more than 40 business and consumer products. Can your bank do that? Didn't think so. Welcome to FNB. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. Loan subject to credit approval. FNB member FDIC.
Hey Pittsburgh, this is Will Howard with the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know what a winning tradition is all about, and so do my friends at Calusi Chevrolet. Having been in business for over 107 years, they know what keeps customers coming back year after year. Right now, they have both the Chevy Trax and Trailblazer starting under $25,000. See their huge selection at Calusi.com. So take it from me, Will Howard. There's never been a better time to get your next car at Calusi Chevrolet. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hi, Western Pennsylvania. This is Edgar Snyder. I want to thank you for over 40 years of trusting my law firm. During those years, we've helped thousands of people just like you, our neighbors. We're here for you. We're here for our community. We're here for our region. If you've been seriously hurt in an accident, you need to talk to a lawyer, even if it's not us. If you do call us, know that you'll have the firm with over 40 years of experience fighting to get the money you deserve. And of course, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
Where the average Joe can buy like a pro. CGR Wholesale.
You win every time you buy from CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center. The team there is your first line of defense. They'll help you save time and money with their powerful fleet of delivery trucks. And their new showroom is now open. Score big with Provia Siding, Owens Corning Shingles, Trex and TimberTech Decking, and more. They've got everything you need under one roof to get you to the red zone. Check them out online at cgrwholesaleroofing.com.
This is Game Day with the Pittsburgh Steelers on DVE.
Steelers offense out on the field. Pittsburgh up 3-0 over the Browns, and Quinshon Williams, what could have been a beautiful punt return, called back to a block in the back by Jabril Peppers. They showed it up on the scoreboard, guys. Lots of boos from Steelers Nation, but Quinshon Williams, an undrafted rookie free agent, said he spent a lot of time getting reps due to Calvin Austin having an oblique injury during training camp. We'll see what else he can do the rest of the day.
Missy, thanks. 47-yard return wiped out. Aaron Rodgers under center. Brings Washington in motion and pitches back to Jalen Warren, who's hit in the backfield. Penetration by Malik Collins. What a find he has been. He has been fantastic for the Cleveland Browns early on, and stops Warren for a loss of 1.
Yeah, just a tremendous player and play. He's been a game wrecker.
Steelers now going hurry up in the shotgun. Rodgers gets a snap, throws over the middle of the field, short to Warren. He is wrapped up by Schlesinger, their fine rookie linebacker, and a pickup of about 5 or so gets the ball to the 14. It'll be 3rd and 6.
And Malik Collins in the middle. You pair him with a Myles Garrett on one side, Mason Graham on the other. Who do you double team? And that's really the quandary and why this is the number 1 total defense in the league, is because they have not only great frontline starters, their secondary depth, the second line guys, are just as strong. So that's what's aided in this great ranking. But of course, it has not translated to wins yet for them.
Yeah, one of those guys, Alex Wright, is checked in at the left rush position. He has 2 sacks coming off the bench for this Browns team. Rodgers, empty set, gets the snap. Browns bringing 4. Rodgers lofts up the right sideline. Tumbling grab by DeKalen Metcalf.
Aha! There we go. Called the government on that one. A little official there. Everybody messes it up, so that's why he just says, just call me DK, but DeKalen Metcalf there. Beautiful job on Tyson Campbell, the new acquiree. A week ago, the reason why they traded Newsome was because Justin Jefferson was burning and torching him. So you make the trade, and, well, we see right now Tyson Campbell not paying that return just yet, but he's flipped sides for Denzel Ward. So this is new for Denzel Ward playing on the opposite side.
25-yard pickup. Gainwell is checked in. Rodgers under center. Gainwell the lone setback. Washington in motion right to left. The handoff to Gainwell, looking to poke his way through the left side, and is going to maybe get to the 40, a pickup of a yard. Keep in mind, this is the number 1 rush defense in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns. This is a hard defense to run against, and Devin Bush makes the stop once again.
And Devin Bush came right up in the hole. He stymied Connor Hayward trying to run the lead wrap on the inside. And Devin Bush, I mean, we know this guy here, had a phenomenal rookie year, plagued by injuries. Of course, was a journeyman after that. Went to Seattle. Now he's in Cleveland, but playing really well right now for the Cleveland Browns.
Spencer Anderson is in as a legal receiver, so an extra offensive lineman. Darnell Washington is set up as a right tackle, so a strong look here for the Steelers as Rodgers goes play action pass. Looking, steps up in the pocket, throws underneath to Gainwell as he was about to be sacked, and Gainwell is going to be dropped for a loss back at the 30-yard line. Just kind of shoveled it underhand to avoid the sack, but that is a loss of 9 on the play.
Yeah, Shelby Harris was right there to wait for Jaylen Warren to receive that one. I'm sorry, Kenneth Gainwell to receive that ball. You would have been better off just throwing the ball away, but he was in the tackle box, so not a lot of options there. Offensive lines do a better job. You have 7 blockers up there with Darnell Washington and Spencer Anderson. Got to do better up front.
3rd and 18 now. The ball back at a 31-yard line. Keyshawn Williams split way out to the left. Roman Wilson in that direction as well. As Rodgers gets the snap in an empty set. Throws right underneath in the flat area to Gainwell, and Gainwell will bounce forward to about the 37. So they get about 6 yards back. It'll be 4th and 12, and the punt unit comes on with Corliss Waitman.
Missed opportunity on this drive. I mean, big setback. I mean, let's just call that a sack for Kenneth Gainwell because it was a lateral to Gainwell. He gained no yardage. It would have been a sack on Aaron Rodgers. When you take one of those big plays deep in your own zone, it's tough to get the momentum going for a long 3rd down.
Gage Larvidan back to return this kick, an end-over-end kick, and for Waitman, a very short kick. So it'll be interesting to see where this angled out of bounds on the far side of the field and where it's going to be spotted by the officials. But this will be very good starting position for Cleveland after the 34-yard kick. From Acrisure Stadium, Steelers football continues with the score. The Steelers 3, the Browns nothing.
In Pittsburgh, toughness isn't just on the field, it's in our DNA. At U.S. Steel, we've been making American-made steel for nearly 125 years. Strong, resilient, and built to perform under pressure. From stadiums and skyscrapers to the cars and appliances you count on every day, our steel powers progress. Proudly forged in the heart of steel country, U.S. Steel is built for what's next because in Pittsburgh, we know what it takes to win. U.S. Steel, American-made, Pittsburgh proud.
Hi, Western Pennsylvania. This is Edgar Snyder. I want to thank you for over 40 years of trusting my law firm. During those years, we've helped thousands of people just like you, our neighbors. We're here for you. We're here for our community. We're here for our region. If you've been seriously hurt in an accident and you need to talk to a lawyer, even if it's not us, if you do call us, know that you'll have the firm with over 40 years of experience fighting to get the money you deserve. And of course, there's never a fee unless we get money for you.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
Steelers fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day, too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a pro or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
We'll talk about this game starting tomorrow with the DVE Morning Show. Then, all week, we get you ready for the next game on your radio home of the Steelers, WDVE, Pittsburgh.
3:54 remains first quarter. The Cleveland Browns trailing 3-0 had their third possession of the game. The ball is marked at the 29-yard line of the Steelers. Gabriel, play action pass. Back, looking, throws underneath and across the middle. Diving catch by Jamari Thrash. Looks like he's just short of a first down. By the way, Thrash's targets have gone up week by week. And so last week, his 7 targets led all Browns receivers. And now he and Dillon Gabriel hook up here for a 9-yard pickup.
And Thrash was sitting right in the soft spot of the zone in between 2 defenders. And Dillon Gabriel actually almost overthrew that. Thrash had to go down and kind of grab that almost off the ground to haul it in for a catch.
Gabriel under center. Extra offensive lineman who he brings in motion, hands to Judkins. Judkins picking his way forward, crosses the 40, out close to the 41, first down for the Browns.
Just a dive up the middle when you only got 1 yard to go. You know, it's all about effort and want to. And, I mean, a great job by Derek Harmer really stymieing Jack Conklin and kind of waiting for it. But Judkins kind of picks and chooses, sees that Conklin kind of has a slight edge and ducks behind him to get the extra yard for the first down.
By the way, second possession for the Browns, I should point out. I think I said third, but second possession for the Browns with Gabriel in the shotgun. Flanked on either side, has Judkins to his right. Claps his hands together, brings Sampson in motion, and Sampson gets it on the reverse to the left, and he is tracked down by Highsmith along the left sideline, and maybe a short pickup, or it looks like they might give him a yard to the 42.
And that's very generous. And this is one where Sampson's coming from the slot and running behind in motion to take that reverse kind of sweep handoff. Wouldn't really call that a jet sweep. Jet sweep happens on the front side.
Exactly.
But the reverse rollout makes it just a sweep.
Yeah. Came out behind quarterback Dillon Gabriel, who is in the shotgun now. Actually, the pistol formation with Judkins behind him. Now it's a shotgun as he moves over to the left. Gets a snap, back to pass. Looking left, throws, and it is too tall, intended for Judkins. A flag on the play.
Hands to the face, somebody.
Now we are seeing a lot of flags and a lot of discussion between flags.
Becoming a referee show.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Defense number 40. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That is the second penalty on Jabril Peppers. He was called for a somewhat dubious, well, probably a penalty, but dubious that it was a 15-yarder on that punt. And now hands to the face here gives the Browns a first down.
And I saw that, playing the slot against Jeudy. He stuck the hand up, kind of got part of the face mask there as Jeudy was trying to come on the inside route. So it was in the open field. It was fair. It was legal. You just hate to see that happen.
2:28 remaining first quarter. Clock stop. Ball at the 48-yard line of the Steelers. And now the Browns are going to have to use a timeout as there is 2 left in the play clock. So each team has had to use a timeout. Really not a game with a lot of rhythm unless you're a fan of defense. And it's great defensive rhythm, I suppose. But
a lot of penalties, though.
Yeah, a lot of penalties.
Slowing down the consistency of play as well. It was a long first quarter for that.
For the world's most complete selection of Steelers merchandise, visit the official Steelers Pro Shop. Get it direct from the team at shop.steelers.com. And so, on the Jumbotron here, they have some, defenders. Cam Hayward, I think it was Jack Sawyer, I just saw exhorting the crowd to get up and make some noise because it is a little lethargic with the not much offense going and a lot of flags, Max.
A lot of flags. It's a gray, kind of muggy day here in Pittsburgh. The sun came out briefly. Of course, there's always sunshine in this booth with you and I, Rob.
Oh, of course.
But it's not translating to the field.
We're going to try to radiate out from here. 1st and 10 at the 48 as the Browns break the huddle. Gabriel under center. He has Judkins as the lone setback. Brings Fannin in motion, play action pass. Gabriel, the blitz coming in. Jalen Ramsey coming in off the left side of the defense. Hammers Gabriel for his first sack as a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Woo! That was a full head of steam off the slot there. And normally that is to the quarterback side that he can see. But being a left-handed quarterback, when you blitz from the offensive right, defensive left, that's the blind side. And he absolutely nailed him right in the back of the 8 of Dillon Gabriel's jersey.
So the ball is going to be marked at the 41-yard line, 2nd and 17. Gabriel in the shotgun this time. Steelers showing 4-man rush as Thrash motions into a slot position. Now the give on the delay. Judkins is going to bounce it to the outside, and Slay brings him down. Judkins trying for the stiff arm, and Slay stayed right with him and dropped him at the 41-yard line, so no gain in the play.
And Darius Slay stayed on him. Peyton Wilson finished him off perfectly. Judkins trying to bounce it to the outside, cannot get anywhere to that edge. Great job by the Steelers defense really holding these edges. A week ago, that's where Judkins made a lot of his hay, bouncing it to the outside against that Viking secondary. But we have a little bit different defensive guys.
Call it 3rd and 16. Larvidan in motion right to left. Gabriel extends the arms, wants to communicate with his wide receivers. Now 2 on the play clock, gets a snap. Steelers bringing a blitz, and Gabriel hit as he throws underneath. It is complete to Larvidan, and Larvidan is wrapped up around the ankles and taken down. It was Slay who got there first. Thornhill helped out over the top, and it'll be a 4th down for the Browns.
Saving grace on a quick whistle there. Stopped the motion of Larviday, but Larviday never went down and kept his feet pumping and actually broke free of the double tackle there. So very interested to see how that did not continue the play, but I'll take it. Stop forward progress. They blew the whistle.
We're going to say they let him go, and that's why he eluded.
You know what? Yes, we'll stick with that. That sounds way better.
Bojorquez back to punt, and Keyshawn Williams back to receive inside his own 10-yard line. And Bojorquez is kick off the side of his foot and will wobble out of bounds along the far sideline. And we will wait to see where this is going to be spotted as the referee jogging up the sideline. He's at the 25. He is at the 29-yard line.
Ooh, very nice starting position for the Steelers, unlike that last punt and the block that resulted in a 15-yard penalty. Decent starting field position for the Steelers.
Just a 21-yard punt. Here are the latest NFL scores brought to you by Clearview Federal Credit Union. Financial advice is closer than you think. In London today at Tottenham Stadium, Denver beats the Jets 13-11. Baltimore leads the Rams 3-0 in the first. Carolina and Dallas tied at 3. Arizona and Indianapolis at 7. Jacksonville over Seattle 6-0. Miami leads the Chargers 7-6, and New England over New Orleans 7-6. All those first quarter scores. Caleb Johnson is checked into the game at the running back position. Power to the right of the formation. Rodgers gets a snap, will give to Johnson, starts left, cuts back to the middle of the field, barrels straight up, and picks up a good 9-yard run out to the 38-yard line as Caleb Johnson went 6 carries, 22 yards last week in Dublin and picks it up again with a 9-yard run here as we make the switch to the second quarter. Brought to you by Northwest Bank. Explore checking that lets you get paid up to 2 days early. Northwest Bank, for what's next? Member FDIC, equal housing lender. With a score, the Steelers 3, the Browns 0. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank, for what's next.
Planting a tree, putting in a new sprinkler system, digging a trench, no matter the project. If it involves digging, Pennsylvania 811 wants to remind you to call 811 before you dig. It's the law and it ensures your safety by steering you clear of underground lines and cables you can't see running right beneath you. Remember, every dig counts. Don't let what's buried beneath the ground surprise you. Find out more at pa1call.org. pa1call.org. Stay safe. Call 811 before you start digging. NFL fans, when it's time to get Steelers tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Steelers.
We celebrate the brave, the powerful, pink ribbon wearers and supporters who turn the fear and uncertainty of a breast cancer diagnosis into strength and hope. At UPMC, we're here to support you with screenings, compassionate experts, and innovative therapies, because we know that sometimes you just need someone by your side through every step of the journey. Learn more at upmc.com/breast cancer awareness.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Second quarter ready to go. The Steelers get a 44-yard field goal from Chris Boswell on their opening drive, and they lead 3-0 as the two teams have exchanged some ineffective offensive series, but the Steelers now facing a 2nd and 1 after a 9-yard pickup on Caleb Johnson's first run of the game to end the first quarter. He is next to Aaron Rodgers in the shotgun to the right of Rodgers as we get ready to open up the second quarter play. They give to Johnson on a little layoff right guard, finds a little hole. Grant Delpit stops him, but not till he crosses the 40, out to the 41, and picks up a first down for the Steelers.
Nothing bad with that, giving Caleb Johnson a little lead play off the backside, cuts back and just gets enough yardage for the play. Once again, trying to create rhythm, trying to generate these first downs and start to put some drives together and chew off time off the clock, because the biggest thing that they haven't done a great job of has been ball control. They haven't won the time of possession battle in any of the games this season, so you want to try and get to at least that to help your defense out.
Rodgers goes empty set with the ball at the 41-yard line. Steelers moving left to right in front of us. Rodgers looks left, comes back to the right, and now just throws it away as nobody was open. Had pressure coming up late. And again, we've mentioned this before. It's worth mentioning again. This is a Cleveland Browns team with an outstanding pass rush. One of the best, actually the second best pressure rate in the entire NFL.
Yeah, only behind the Denver Broncos as far as for pressure rate. So you want to get after him. And right there, Alex Wright in his face, Myles Garrett coming from the backside. That's the guy I'm actually more worried about than Myles Garrett, because Myles Garrett's going to get 2 blockers every play. Alex Wright's the one that probably needs some help too. So Troy Fautano's going to have a tough challenge all day against Wright.
Rodgers in the shotgun, has Warren to his left, gets a snap, gives to Warren off the right side, and Warren able to step through a potential tackle by Wright, barrel over a defender at midfield, and pick up a first down for the Steelers. Oh, that is good hard running by Warren.
AFF, always falling forward, Jaylen Warren. Oh, great job of running over Hickman on that one to get the additional yardage and move the chains. Nice explosive play offensively on the rush.
Well, steps out of the right would-be tackle. Hickman hit him probably 6 yards into that run, and he just carried him for another 5.
It was beautiful.
Rodgers under center, has Warren as a lone setback, motions Washington into the right slot. Now Washington motions back the other way and a pitch back, and this is straight up the field for Jaylen Warren, and Warren will pick his way forward down to the 45-yard line, a pickup of about 2 or so.
Not a huge fan of the toss action leading back into the middle of everything. I love a toss wide, because it gives your running back some momentum going laterally. This one was almost like a straight pitch back, so the running back has to slow down to catch that ball and then regather himself and create momentum. That's why those plays don't usually hit as much as you'd like in those moments if you're going to do toss.
Rodgers motions Darnell Washington, an H-back position to the right. There's power in that direction in the Steelers formation as Anderson is out there as well. Now Jonnu Smith motions to the left, a pitch to Warren off the right side. Warren weaves his way forward, is hit by Delpit at the 43. He takes him down to the 41, so a pickup of 4 brings up a 3rd and 3 for the Steelers.
A little more pop on that toss. That toss had an angle. Spencer Anderson does a great job leading up front. Grant Delpit with the fill and the stop on that one, but not before you get four yards. And this is where you want to be, 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable, to where the playbook's still wide open to you. You're not forced to try and drop back and make a big throw.
Steelers 2 of 4 on 3rd down. This is a 3rd and 3 ball at the 41-yard line, set on the right hash of the Browns. Gainwell in the backfield now shifts from right to left, and Pat Freiermuth moves to the slot on the right. And here's the snap, and they give to Gainwell off the right side, and Gainwell easily picks up the first down, bursting through a hole off right guard and getting down to the 31-yard line.
Love the lead influence zone on this one. Great job at the edge by Mason McCormick coming around the edge and leading the way. It looked really nice, set up perfectly, and we're driving. We're chewing up clock. We're chewing up time. This is what you want to see out of drive. Now, I want to see them get a little bit closer. We're in the scoring zone, the Chris Boswell scoring zone. Let's get to the variety that ends in the end zone.
Under an 11.5 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Both Warren and Gainwell out there in this formation for Rodgers. Rodgers will fake the pitch out, will roll to his right, and trying for Darnell Washington, incomplete. Had him open, cutting left to right toward the sideline, and just overshot him.
Just a little bit to the outside. Great play fake and rollout, and Aaron Rodgers put it there. It was just probably about a half a ball outside, about 7 to 8 inches, just too wide. And Darnell Washington has a huge catch radius. Let's just put it that way. To outthrow Darnell Washington at that moment, it's a rare miss for Aaron Rodgers.
A rare miss, because that's one he makes in his sleep, and just overshot him a little bit. There was a defender between he and Washington, but Rodgers now will line up in the shotgun on a 2nd and 10 from the 32-yard line. Gets a snap, back to pass. Looking right, now back to the left, get a loft. Intended for Metcalf, and it hits the defender in the back. That's Tyson Campbell, as Campbell never got his head around, but Metcalf, trying for that back shoulder fade, has it bounce off the back of the defender, Campbell.
And that's a tough one, because like you said, Campbell never turned around, but the teardrop forcing Metcalf down and to the ground is what made it hit. A little bit more loft on that one for DK to at least have a good shot at it.
So now 3rd and 10 at the 32. Don't want to give up a sack here. Rodgers has 2 receivers split to each side. Empty set. Rodgers gets a snap, back looking left, and going to throw in that direction for Metcalf, and incomplete. Good coverage by Campbell, off his fingertips, out of bounds, and out comes Chris Boswell and the field goal unit.
Man, missed opportunity there. A lot of momentum, a lot of good plays there, and just really got stalled. And it just came to a case of just some overthrows, miscommunication. Aaron Rodgers misses 3 straight passes in a row to end that set of downs for the Steelers. But there's worse things that can happen than having a guy like Chris Boswell come out and kick points for you.
He is 2 for 2 from 50 or more yards. This is set at the 40-yard line. On the right hash, it will be an exact 50-yard attempt here by Boswell. Hold is down. That kick is up, and that kick is just sneaking inside the upright and good. 11:01 remains in the second quarter from Acrisure Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score. The Steelers 6, the Browns nothing.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrissure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at Acrisure.com.
So, who's up for dessert?
Tempting, but I should check my balance first.
Don't worry, I got it.
No, all good. Dessert's on me.
Ever hesitate before making a purchase? What if you could always know? You can with S&T's mobile banking. Check your balance, pay friends on the spot, track your spending anytime, anywhere, all from your phone. Visit stbank.com to learn more and download our mobile app today. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Steelers fans, your team is a powerhouse. Are you ready for another great game here in the Steel City?
Absolutely. And let's take a minute to talk about the other powerhouse in town. Been the best for 48 years straight. Got the grit and strength to take on anything. It's an MVP here in Pittsburgh.
Ford F-Series.
Best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh and in America. Now, how about that young duo on offense?
That's the next powerhouse on our radar.
F-150, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Starting a home improvement project? Essential Utilities reminds you, before you build a deck, plant a tree, or put up a fence, call 811. Professionals from Underground Utilities like Peoples will mark your lines so you can dig safely. Whether you're doing the work yourself or hiring a professional, calling 811 is free for homeowners. And it's the law. Call 811 3 days before you dig to keep you and your family safe. Peoples, an Essential Utilities company.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
A 50-yard field goal by Chris Boswell gives Pittsburgh a 6-0 lead over Cleveland. And on that drive, guys, we wanted the touchdown, but we had a Caleb Johnson first down, a Jalen Warren first down, and a Kenny Gainwell first down. So the running backs doing their part to help the Steelers offense move down the field. Rob, upstairs to you.
Pretty cool. If we had 5 more running backs, we'd have got a touchdown there. They all got a first down in the drive.
That's true. I mean,
that's pretty cool. That doesn't happen too often.
No, it doesn't. Not that you get to utilize all 3.
Today's first half sideline reports are brought to you by Howard Hanna. Win big with Howard Hanna, a proud real estate partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Missy always on the ball and on point.
The nuggets of wisdom we all need.
Here's Chris Boswell, the approach and the kick. It's going to be taken by Dylan Sampson at the 4 along the near sidelines. Heads up the numbers, angles to the left, tries to cut back, and is taken down as he gets to about the 28-yard line. And so, again, good coverage by the Steelers special teams unit. And the Browns, after that 22-yard return, will have the ball at about their own 28-yard line.
That's right. A host of coverers in that moment. Can we say that? Coverers?
Yes.
Because it's not just one guy. It takes a whole group to cover the kick.
And they will spot it at the 28 on the left hash. Dillon Gabriel has his Browns huddle, now breaks the huddle. And he has Judkins to his left in the shotgun. Moves Fannin out to the right. They also have an extra offensive lineman out in this formation.
In the H-back position.
2 H-backs now as Fannin motions to the left. And the snap and the give to Judkins, trying to pick his way to the right. And Judkins will pick up, about 2 to the 30-yard line. Not much there. As the Steelers' run defense has been very stingy against Judkins and a pretty good offensive line for this Browns team.
Yeah, Derek Harmon doing a great job on the edge. KT Levinston coming in and playing like a wing in that offensive line. You know, normally when we use Spencer Anderson as the extra lineman, he lines up on the line of scrimmage. Not too much off the ball stuff, but the Browns going with something a little more creative, and KT Levinston still in as a jumbo offensive lineman.
And Dylan Sampson now is the running back to the left of Gabriel in the shotgun. Now he moves up to the line of scrimmage, spreads his arms out wide, settles back into the shotgun with 2 on the play clock. 1 just gets the snap off, gives to Sampson trying to sweep to the right. And a great job. Patrick Queen came flashing up to stop him after a pickup of about 3 off the right side.
That was interesting. A little outside zone toss, not zone toss, but outside zone reach play. They pulled a guard and the tackle around the block of the extra jumbo offensive lineman, trying to spring him. We called that 38 boss back in the day, but not a lot of happening there. But big third down here for the Browns. Let's see if the Steelers can get off the field.
3rd and 4, empty set for Gabriel. Now he'll motion Ford back to join him to his right in the shotgun. Steelers showing pressure. Crowd up, towels waving. Gabriel gets the snap, back, looking, and Gabriel is going to be taken down. There's a flag on the play, but it looks like this is going to be against the Browns. I don't know which of the 4 Steelers laying on top of Gabriel is going to get credit for this sack.
I know. TJ Watt gets it.
Holding. Offense number 68. Penalty is declined. We go to the play. 4th down.
Usually when an offensive lineman's lobbying like that, you know it's their fault. Cam Robinson, obviously newly acquired, played a little bit last week, getting his first extended look. Of course, worked against that man, 51, Herbig, and he just absolutely takes him down. Yeah, that was an easy one, and he got up looking at him like, ref, why'd you throw that on me? It's like, it's obvious. You just took the guy down with a belly flop.
5-man rush again. Everybody met at the quarterback on that one. Bojorquez back to punt here for the Browns. The ball spotted at the 28-yard line. Quinshon Williams back to receive. Bojorquez gets the snap. Left-footed boot. This is a good one. High, spiraling kick, drives Williams back to his own 14 on the far side of the field. Makes one man miss now, swerves to the outside, and is going to be spun down at the 21-yard line after a 57-yard punt and a 7-yard return. From Acrisure Stadium, 8:57 remains in the second quarter. The Steelers lead the Browns by the score of 6-0.
At FNB, we rewrote the rules of banking and made getting everything you need a whole lot easier. Experience the one-of-a-kind eStore Common app from FNB. Checking, savings, loans, credit cards. One application done in minutes. Just one common app for more than 40 business and consumer products. Can your bank do that? Didn't think so. Welcome to FNB. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. Loan subject to credit approval. FNB member FDIC.
I'm Jamie Bordas. What makes our law firm great are a lot of the same things that make the Steelers great. We're tough. We fight. We win. We understand that it takes great preparation to get great results. We've been successful for years, yet every day we still strive to be better. We're a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers because we're a lot like them. Oh yeah, we also hate the Ravens.
Bordas and Bordas, fighting for justice.
Starting a home improvement project? Essential Utilities reminds you, before you build a deck, plant a tree, or put up a fence, call 811. Professionals from Underground Utilities like Peoples will mark your lines so you can dig safely. Whether you're doing the work yourself or hiring a professional, calling 811 is free for homeowners. And it's the law. Call 811 3 days before you dig to keep you and your family safe. Peoples, an Essential Utilities company.
Merrill Hodge here. My wife and I have always tackled life as a team. With age, we needed a new game plan. Thanks to my friends at Castle Rock Hormone Health and their I'm not done mindset, they helped us reignite our energy, passion, and purpose. Castle Rock offers hormone optimization and peptide therapy, giving us the tools to keep living life on our terms. Castle Rock has 2 convenient locations. Visit crhh-pittsburgh.com for free couples consultation. Power up your life together with Castle Rock Hormone Health. Couples that HRT together, stay together.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
This season, the law firm of Bordas & Bordas will make a $500 donation to the Ronald McDonald House for every sack by the Steelers defense this preseason and regular season. The Steelers defense has collected 20 sacks so far this season, and Bordas & Bordas is on pace to donate $10,000 to the Ronald McDonald House. Bordas & Bordas fighting for justice. Still trying to figure out if TJ is going to get half a sack or what he's going to get on that one, as Spencer Anderson in on the jumbo package and Caleb Williams in at the running back position next to Aaron Rodgers in the shotgun ball at the 21-yard line of the Steelers, moving left to right in front of us. Jonnu Smith in motion left to right, snap, and the quick throw out to Jonnu Smith in the flat, gets a block out there from Spencer Anderson and is able to pick up good yardage out to about the 32-yard line.
I really liked that movement. You send across.
That was Fautano. I beg your pardon with the block.
Yeah, Fautano. Yeah. Troy pulled all the way across the line of scrimmage, but it was a great job. You send Jonnu in motion, and then you bring him back on the little hookup screen on the inside and kind of get him to curl up inside.
Rodgers now under center. Boost Skoranek in motion to the right. Has Johnson as the lone setback. Now Miller motions right to left. And the handoff and the give to Johnson. And Johnson had some room, but closed down quickly off the left side by Malik Collins. Pickup of a couple out to the 28 is going to bring up a 3rd and about 3.
And this was just a tough play there. Mason McCormick trying to block, loses the edge to the inside, and allows for Malik Collins to come inside and make that play, but not due for the effort. It was a great blocking design set up by the offense.
Yeah, there looked like a hole there for a moment. There was a hole there for a moment, but Collins closed that down. So 3rd and 3 now. 7:45 and counting remaining here, third quarter. Rodgers in the shotgun as Warren to his left. Gets the snap. Back to pass, rolling right. Looking now is going to move back to the left. There's nobody over there, and he's in trouble. Throws underneath. Is that completed? I believe it is to Warren. Just shoveled it forward. Warren scraped along with him. There was no receiver on that side of the field. Warren runs with him, and somehow they complete that for a first down.
We talk about Mahomes magic. This is the guy that really originated that, Aaron Rodgers, coming up with a little magic in that moment to get the Steelers a new set of downs.
And he's in the shotgun now with Warren to his right. Gets a snap, looking left, and going to throw complete to Metcalf. Metcalf up the left sideline, cuts back toward the middle of the field, and picks up yardage down to the 47 of the Browns, easily enough for a first down.
And, Mama, there goes that man. When you get number 4 on the outside, just beats Tyson Campbell, and then has a great move to the inside, and then just gets hit at the last second. Ronnie Hickman holding on for dear life on DeKalen Metcalf's right leg, or calf. He met the calf on that one.
By the way, in case you're wondering why we're calling him DeKalen, and we asked him this week, he prefers to be called DeKalen. And here's the play-action pass by Rodgers, rolling out to the right, looking, pointing downfield, pointing, and now running to the sideline, and he's going to be chased out of bounds. He's going to pick up a yard or two down to the 45.
Still getting some rushing yards for the old man. Not bad right there. Keep it moving. He was trying to point to get Pat Freiermuth to kind of cut across the middle of the field and make it an over route on the run, but can't adjust fast enough, runs out of green real estate, can never plant his feet with the pass rush. So you just take about 2 yards of rushing.
Give him a generous 2 on that one. I'll make it 2nd and 8 at the 45-yard line, set on the right hash. Under 6 minutes remaining here in the first half. Steelers enjoying a 6-0 lead over the Browns in their first AFC North game. Rodgers empties the set, moving Warren to his left. Gets the snap. Back to pass, looking left. Comes back to the right, complete to Darnell Washington in the right flat. Turns the corner, rumbles up the sideline, and gets a first down to the 33-yard line of the Browns.
Mount Washington with the big grab, and, of course, a stiff arm while being tackled. It still takes multiple guys to take him down. I mean, he is an absolute moving skyscraper when he's running down the field with the football.
12-yard pickup down to the 33-yard line. Clock still rolling, down to 5:20 and counting remaining here in this first half, I beg your pardon. As Rodgers breaks the huddle, comes out under center, has 3 receivers to the left, and Jalen Warren is the lone setback behind him. In motion goes Skoranek left to right. Rodgers rolling out to the right. Looks underneath and tried to get it to Darnell Washington, and Darnell drops it in the right flat.
Have to believe it's that dark face mask. He has that dark shield over him, and he was kind of in a scrum with guys he wasn't really expecting initially. Got hit and knocked down, and then tried to get his balance, and the ball was right at his hip in the gut and just couldn't haul it in that moment. Looked like they were trying to set up a tight end type screen, but a lot of the motion and bumping kind of knocked Darnell off.
Yeah, I think he didn't have his eyes on Rodgers. He was trying to navigate his way through traffic and looked up too late to make that catch. Kind of threw his hands up in the air in exasperation. Rodgers now will pitch out to the left to Gainwell. Before that can happen, there is a false start.
False start. Offense, number 4. 5-yard penalty. The second down.
So this will march the ball back to the 38-yard line.
That was a very quick little movement there by DeKalen on the edge. Kind of gave that little stutter, but he held stiff. He went garden gnome on that one right after he did it.
So Anderson checks back in that jumbo package as an eligible. The ball marked at the 38-yard line. Keep in mind right now, if you're thinking ahead, the 5:02 mark, just kind of on that cusp of where you'd probably feel comfortable with Chris Boswell. So you don't want to lose yardage here. Obviously, you'd like to pick up a first down if you can on a 2nd and 15. Rodgers in the shotgun, has Jonnu Smith motioning left to right. Rodgers gets the snap, back to pass. Looking left, going to set up a screen to Gainwell. Gainwell's got a blocker out in front, heads towards the left sideline, and will get out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. So a pickup of about 6 on that play.
Beautiful swing screen, and Spencer Anderson out as a lead blocker does a good job of freeing up the edge. And then really Devin Bush got pushed in the back by Tyson Campbell, almost like an extra kind of huff push to get him to knock Gainwell out of bounds.
So it's 3rd and 9. 4.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Rodgers taps both sides of the helmet, moves up to the line of scrimmage, motions Gainwell over to an H-back position. It's an empty set. Browns showing 5-man rush, and they'll bring 5 as Rodgers back to pass. Looking, throws left and underneath to Gainwell. Gainwell spins to the outside, is brought down there by Hickman at the 30-yard line, short of a first down, and out comes, once again, Chris Boswell and the field goal unit.
The major leg here. Now, we talked with Missy earlier, and there's not a lot of wind on the ground, and we see the flags, little bit of wind motion on the right post last time, but it's been like a swirling type of wind. It's not on the ground level. It's like at the first level. It's kind of hovering like a hazy cloud. There's a little bit of wind, so you got to drive this ball through all of that to cut through.
Waitman getting ready to get the snap from Kuntz. It's a good snap. It's a good hold. The kick by Boswell, as you would expect, is good as well. 48-yarder for Boswell at the 3:38 mark of the first half from Acrisure Stadium. Steelers football continues with a score. The Steelers 9, the Browns nothing.
Hey Pittsburgh, this is Will Howard with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now is the season to get a new Chevy from Calusi Chevrolet. The team at Calusi has been serving the Pittsburgh area for 107 years. That's right, since 1918, Calusi Chevrolet has been a trusted name you can count on for great deals and great service. So whether you're looking for a new or pre-owned vehicle, you need to check out all their great deals online at Calusi.com. Calusi Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Oh Mama at Jason Aldean's Kitchen and Bar is a free ladies' night filled with inspiration and fun. Hear from Charlotte Hayward, mother of Steelers players Cam and Connor, along with other prominent women in leadership. Stay after for the game against Cincinnati. Register at Eventbrite using keyword Oh Mama. Registration is free and includes food, drink tickets, and a welcome gift. Oh Mama is sponsored by Washington and Jefferson College, Castle Rock Hormone Health, U.S. Steel, Clearview Federal Credit Union, Edgar Snyder and Associates, your neighborhood Ford store, UPMC, and 84 Lumber.
The black and gold faithful always travel well to see the team on the road. And now Caliente and DVE give you a chance to become a road warrior. We're teaming up to send 2 lucky fans to watch the black and gold take on Detroit on December 21st in the Motor City. The winner receives tickets, airfare, and hotel stay for 2, plus a Caliente gift card. From Caliente, 7-time World Pizza Champions, and now the official pizza of WDVE. Deadline to enter is November 30th. Register at any Caliente location or at dve.com.
You may have noticed a new internet company knocking at your door with claims like, "I'm not here to sell you anything," or "I wouldn't lie to you." The truth is, Armstrong has played an important role in your community for decades, and we're not going anywhere. That new internet provider will probably change their name, get bought out by another company, or fold completely. Armstrong, the internet you count on, the people you trust. Visit ArmstrongOneWire.com today, or anytime in the future.
The Pittsburgh Steelers play here on DVE. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
We'll talk about this game starting tomorrow with the DVE Morning Show. Then, all week, we get you ready for the next game on your radio home of the Steelers, WDVE, Pittsburgh.
10-play, 49-yard drive, took 5 minutes and 19 seconds, 48-yard kickoff by Chris Boswell. Steelers dominating time of possession, 17-28 to 8:54 as Boswell boots it off. Sampson is going to take it on the near side of the field at the 2-yard line. Heads straight up the middle of the field, angles to the right, has a little bit of room, upended by Juan Thornhill as he gets to the 30 with a flag on the play.
That was a good somersault. Oh, Miles Killebrew down right now on the near side. Look like 25-yard line.
Boy, special teams,
Captain.
all pro.
Yep, captain.
During the return, holding by the return team, number 17. The penalty is 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Cleveland's ball, 1st and 10. Timeout on the field.
It's Jerome Baker who is whistled for that foul as the ball is being marked. We'll tell you where it's being marked right now because everybody is out on the field right now. Some of the players kneeling, some standing around Miles Killebrew at the 25-yard line as he is being attended to by Steelers physicians from Acrisure Stadium. 3:31 remains in the first half. Steelers football continues with the score. The Steelers 9, the Browns nothing.
For the last 48 years, Ford F-Series have been America's go-to trucks for moving mountains and also trailers, wood piles, and snow drifts. workdays, and weekends. From the job site to the campsite, these trucks never stop working, just like you. That's what makes them America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. Ford F-150, official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers and Pittsburgh's best-selling trucks.
Clementina is a specialty candle business that was born out of the desire for a unique, safe, clean-burning alternative to the mass-produced candles available in so many places today. All of Clementina candles are handmade out of organic soy wax and scented with fragrances that are phthalate-free to ensure that you are able to enjoy your candles without the worry of any unwanted side effects. Clementina candles are individually designed and made, making each one a unique experience. Visit ClementinaHandmade.com.
It's the old 2-9er for Always Safe Flagging and Traffic Control. When safety is your number one priority, choose Always Safe Flagging and Traffic Control. Family owned and dedicated to making traffic safe again. With paid training for new employees, competitive pricing, and 24/7 emergency crews. Always Safe is ready for any job in PA, Ohio, and West Virginia. They provide all necessary equipment, including crash trucks with attenuators. Visit awsafe.net. Join the best in the industry and let's get to work.
Welcome to Pond Lehocky Giordano, one of the largest workers' compensation law firms in the country. We know the playbook on injury law. It's how we've helped over 100,000 injured and disabled workers obtain benefits. And we know we can do the same for you. Even better, you don't pay a dime until we win your case. One conversation is all it takes to help you and your family get back on track. For any legal needs, give Pond Lehocky a call.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Back at Acrisure Stadium, Miles Killebrew helped off the field, is in the blue tent being attended to by Steelers physicians as the Browns have the ball at the 15-yard line. It's marked in the right hash. Steelers up 3-0, 3:31 remaining. In this first half, as Gabriel in the shotgun gets a snap, throws out quickly to Jeudy in the left flat. It is complete, and he's taken down by Slay after a 3-yard pickup to the 18-yard line.
Solid play there.
And let's head down to Missy Matthews as T.J. Watt makes a little personal history.
That's right. Him and Nick Herbig are going to split that sack of Dillon Gabriel. But now TJ has 17.5 sacks against Cleveland. That beats his tie with Baltimore at 17, 14 for Cincinnati. Also his 7th Cleveland quarterback he has sacked.
Amazing. Gabriel is the 10th starting quarterback since Baker Mayfield left a couple of years ago. TJ's had his way with them as Gabriel empty set, gets a snap, throws over the middle of the field, and Jeudy hangs on, is banged hard by Deshaun Elliott, but gets the ball in that crossing pattern at the 29, first down for the Browns. Should point out, too, by the way, TJ Watt has played one fewer game against the Browns than he has against Baltimore, so more efficient against the Browns as well.
Yeah, well, that's always a good thing in those. You think 125 games for TJ, or 126 now for him played total. I mean, he's an absolute wrecking machine.
15 of those games against the Browns, 17.5 sacks now in those 15 games. Gabriel under center, has Judkins as the lone setback, ball at the 29-yard line. Gets the snap, play action pass, rolling out, now stepping up in the pocket, and down he goes. Oh, Highsmith got there. Harmon got there as well as he is sacked back at the 25-yard line, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning timeout brought to you by Pond Lehocky Giordano. Injured at work or in an accident? Call Pond Lehocky for a free consultation. Their expert legal team will help every step of the way and get you and your family back on track. With the score, the Steelers 9, the Browns nothing. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Where the average Joe can buy like a pro. CGR Wholesale.
Tackle any project when you buy from CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center. They'll put together a game plan that's a winner every time you need materials for your project. And their new showroom is now open. Stop in to check it out and see everything you need in person. Provia Siding, Owens Corning Shingles, Trex and TimberTech Decking, and much more. They'll help you get to the red zone of your project every time. Check them out online at CGRWholesaleRoofing.com.
It's Max Starks for my friends at Clearview Federal Credit Union. Clearview is here to help you reach your financial goals and support our community every step of the way. This season, they're giving back through Touchdowns for Hope, donating $500 to Light of Life Rescue Mission for every Pittsburgh touchdown. That's just one way Clearview shows up for those who need it most. Visit clearviewfcu.org/touchdown to learn more and open an account today. That's clearviewfcu.org/touchdown.
You see the skyline, you drive over the bridges. We built that. Ironworkers Local Union Number 3 isn't just a job, it's a legacy. And you can start as early as this fall. Now's your chance to join the apprenticeship program and learn from the best in the business. Earn while you train, build what matters. Take pride in every beam and bolt. Starting wages over $27 with great benefits. Visit IWLocal3.com. That's IWLocal3.com and apply now before time runs out.
Right now is the best time for you to sell your current home or buy your next one. Don't gamble with your largest asset. It's more important than ever to partner with the right real estate team. At RE/MAX Select Realty, their experienced full-time realtors will help remove the stresses of interest rates, multiple offers, and low inventory. Don't miss this limited opportunity to save on your next move. Call 724-933-6300 or visit RE/MAXSelectPittsburgh.com.
This is Game Day with the Pittsburgh Steelers on DVE.
And during the 2-minute warning, Miles Killebrew was placed on a cart and taken to the Steelers locker room. He is out with a knee injury. If we have more information, we'll pass it along. The crowd is up. Terrible towels going. This is the loudest, most enthusiastic the crowd has been to this point. 2nd and 14 from the 25-yard line for the Browns. Steelers showing pressure as Gabriel gets a snap. They'll bring 4, and Gabriel in trouble trying to escape. There's a flag behind the play as he throws incomplete over the head of Bond, his intended receiver. All kinds of pressure on the Browns quarterback.
Illegal use of hands to the face. Defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That's on Cam Hayward, and that is costly.
I mean, he did have a good throat hold on Cam Robinson's neck. I don't blame him. I've seen that technique done many a times by other guys, never by me.
No.
In my career, I've never done that. I don't know why guys would even do something like that. Hello, DeMarcus Ware. Anyways, Dwight Freeney.
Well, it moves the
Terrell Suggs.
chains. It's a first down here at the ball at the 30-yard line on the left hash. Gabriel has Ward. has Ford to his right and 3 receivers to the right as well in this formation as he gets a snap. And we'll give to Ward off the left side. Ward sprinting around the end, finds a hole and bangs forward, is knocked out of bounds by Thornhill, but not till he crosses the 40 and picks up a first down for the Browns.
That was tough. I was hoping Jerome Ford was going to stop up just for a second because the pursuit by T.J. Watt on the backside was too good. And Jerome Ford just kept pressing the front side, and good blocking by the offensive line. Sadly, I hate to say that. But, you know, when offensive linemen do a good job, you got to point it out. I mean, we don't get enough love anyways.
12-yard pickup as Gabriel will go empty set. He has a running back in there. That's Sampson, but he's split out to the left with Jeudy. 3 receivers to the right. Steelers showing 5-man rush. Gabriel gets a snap, and a flag comes. Steelers bringing 4. The throw over the middle of the field to Jeudy. It's complete. Jeudy makes the catch. Now spins back to the left, zipping up and angling towards the left sideline and getting all the way down to the 36 for now. Let's see what the flag is going to be. And it's going to be a false start against the Browns.
Illegal formation. Offense, number 68 was lined up in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
So an illegal formation, not
2 weeks in a row.
Procedure would have whistled it down, but yep, that's right.
Yeah, he's lined up a little bit too deep as I'm watching the replay on the television. And Cam Robinson got blown for that last week. That stopped the Quinshon Judkins big long run down the sideline.
50-yard touchdown call.
So you're talking about negating big plays. Cam Robinson, get up on the line of scrimmage. You're not Jawan Taylor from the Kansas City Chiefs. Get that helmet to break the belt line of the center.
And they've been really cracking down on that over the last couple of years. So that brings up a 1st and 15, wipes out a big gain to Jeudy. Gabriel has Ford to his right in the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. And the motion man is Thrash, right to left. Gabriel gets a snap, back, steps up, throws into the pocket, and it is complete to Njoku, who is pounded over the middle of the field by Thornhill. And Njoku is not getting up. He's on all fours. He took a wallop, but hung on to the football just over the midfield stripe into Steelers territory.
Yeah, he got hit hard in the hip by Thornhill. I mean, that's in the hip pointer zone, and Njoku's still down on a knee. I don't think the helmet kind of hit him in the stomach. I think that was more hip. So that's a very That's a very tough one, and he needs some help, and he declines it as he walks off the field. But big hit laid by Thornhill.
One of the best receivers in Browns history, moving up the charts in terms of receptions and yardage. And Njoku, who has been one of the top targets again this year, he and Fannin, the two tight ends, is out for this play, which will be a 2nd and 1 in the 49-yard line. Now, the Browns have just one timeout remaining. Steelers have 2. Steelers have a 9-0 lead with 1:25 remaining here in the first half.
And Njoku going to the blue medical tent to get further evaluation. So wait to hear that. One less target out there for Dillon Gabriel.
And Judkins is checked in at the running back position. Keep in mind that it is a 2nd and 1 in the 49-yard line. Gabriel is fanning in motion, gets a snap, will give to Judkins. Judkins starts to the left, cuts back to the right, heads up the middle of the field, and picks up a first down before T.J. Watt and Deshaun Elliott can make the stop. So now the Browns will go hurry up with the ball marked at the 44-yard line. Judkins remains in the game to the right of Gabriel in the shotgun. 2 receivers split each side. Gets the snap. Steelers bringing 5. And Gabriel walloped as he throws the ball. And now we're going to have 2 penalties here. I believe we're going to have offensive pass interference on Jeudy, because that could have been picked off by Joey Porter. And are we going to get a roughing the passer call? Looks like we probably will. Once again, discussion time for the officiating crew. And here's Ron Torber.
There were fouls by both teams during the play. Pass interference. Offense, number 3. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 6. Those penalties offset. Repeat first down.
Okay.
Well, Dillon Gabriel he's been hit hard a couple times in this game. Once legally by Jalen Ramsey. That time they said illegally by Patrick Queen.
And he's not a big person.
No.
He's very slight of frame, so to speak, sitting at 5'11", 205, and I think the 5'11 is a little generous as I was standing on the field with him pregame.
And if you're thinking ahead, Shedeur Sanders is the team's backup quarterback in this game. Ford to the right of Gabriel in the shotgun. 1st and 10, Gabriel gets a snap. We'll throw in a quick slant to the right, and it is incomplete, intended for Larvadain, and it was broken up by Joey Porter Jr., so Larvadain, who was activated last week, can't hang on to this one.
And great coverage by Joey Porter. I mean, almost a shroud on Larvadain, and then just reaches in at the last second and punches that ball out of his hands. So great pass breakup, not a deflection, pass breakup by number 24, Joey Porter Jr. First action since week 1. Back in action today.
2nd and 10. Steelers showing 5 men up at the line of scrimmage. Gabriel gets the snap. And they will bring 5, and Gabriel throws out to the left. It is complete to Jeudy, a step ahead of Joey Porter Jr. and out of bounds down at the 35-yard line. It looks like it is going to be enough for a first down.
And by Dillon Gabriel, great job IDing, because he sent Jeudy in motion and he realized it was a man coverage, and so Joey Porter Jr. was in trail of that. So easy pitch and catch for Gabriel. Joey Porter Jr. doing everything to push him out of bounds to minimize that game, but not before he gets the first down.
And the Browns facing a Steelers defense that has one of the highest blitz percentages in the NFL, and the offensive line has done a decent job of keeping Gabriel upright.
Decent being the key word.
Decent. Bond in motion left to right. See, they're showing pressure once again. They'll bring it. Snap. Throw over the middle of the field to Jeudy, incomplete through his hands, as that was a pretty good throw by Gabriel on time in the face of pressure, and Jeudy couldn't hang on.
And I think the reason why you hear footsteps, you got Juan Thornhill coming across underneath and Darius Slade from behind. Little vice grip action there for Jerry Jeudy, who leads the league in drops, but also gets alligator arms from time to time.
Yep, he did there, as the ball was marked at the 35-yard line. They're going to officially call it the 34, just inside the 35 on the left hash. Steelers enjoying a 9-0 lead. It is 2nd and 10. Empty set now as Ford motions to the left. Gabriel stomps the foot, gets the snap. Steelers bring 4. Gabriel back, throws underneath. It is complete to Fannin, who hung on to that somehow. A short gain down to about the 32-yard line, and the Browns will use their 3rd and final timeout here as Deshaun Elliott made the stop.
And I thought it was almost picked off. I mean, you saw the route get jumped, and I thought there was a good opportunity that Brandon Echols was going to come away with that one.
I'll tell you what, Gabriel has thrown a couple of balls that as it's left his hand, you think, whoo, but he's been able to get it into some tight windows. Now, they're not way downfield, little short stuff, but the Steelers have excellent coverage, and to keep this up, you think there's going to be an interception in here somewhere.
You have to believe it. I thought in the Jeudy Porter Jr., the OPI that happened, I thought that was going to be one where they were going to get the interception. It turns into an OPI, but of course gets negated because of Patrick Queen hitting Dillon Gabriel a little late.
Correction to make, and this could be relevant here. Certainly, the Steelers were the ones that used the timeout, so the Browns still have one timeout remaining, 45 seconds left, 20 on the play clock. And I hope you can hear this crowd because it is loud. They are up on their feet. They're twirling their towels, and they're exhorting their defense to come up with a stop. Gabriel sends Sampson in motion to the right. 3 receivers that way. Stomps the foot, extends the hands, gets the snap. Back to pass. Looking right, throws underneath. It is complete. It's going to be enough for a first down, and it is going to be Sampson who's spun down. Well, I don't know. It may be short now at the 25-yard line. Nope, he did get it.
They're going to move it. Chains moving.
And the Browns will use their third timeout here with 38 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Steelers just cleared out and dropped into prevent coverage, allowing for the underneath and Sampson to kind of weave his way right to the line of gain. Couldn't close the distance fast enough. So interesting that you didn't have somebody on Sampson. You're running a zone against all those wide receivers versus playing the man that they've been playing a majority of this game.
Well, this is interesting. I don't know if Mike Tomlin is asking for this to be reviewed or not, because Sampson, was hit. His forward progress was stopped, but then he spun back as if he was trying to step out of the tackle. And when he spun back, the ball went back across the 25-yard line, but they're going to give him forward progress just inside the 25. So first down here for the Browns as Gabriel, now at 38 seconds, has Judkins to his left. 2 receivers split to the right, 2 to the left. Gabriel gets the snap, back to pass. Looking right, throws underneath. It is complete to Fannin. Fannin is wrapped up by Queen. Now he gets help from Ramsey, gets help from Peyton Wilson as well. The ball is marked at the 19-yard line. 2nd and 5. Browns hustling up to the line of scrimmage. 20 seconds left. 19 seconds left. 13th play of the drive here for the Browns. Gabriel gets a snap. Back to pass. Looking to the right. It is complete to Njoku, who's back in. He's ridden out of bounds by Elliott on the far side of the field down at the 11-yard line. That stops the clock with 11 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And this is where Dillon Gabriel feels at most comfortable throwing to Njoku, throwing to Fannin, throwing to your tight ends. And you wonder, are they going to take at least one shot at the end zone here just to see if they can get a play? Because you hope that if it's an incompletion, it stops the clock. But you got to be real quick here. Time management, no timeouts here. And you do have one or more opportunity for a first down, but you don't have enough time for that.
Gabriel in the shotgun. Moving to the closed end of the field, and the Steelers want to use a timeout. Boy, the crowd, they get loud on that end. The old, quote-unquote closed end of the stadium. Of course, they put up the Jumbotron, and it's a little more closed to our right. But that left side, as fans know from being here, being on the watching it on TV, that gets a little louder down there because you have 2 decks.
Yeah, well, and you have, that kind of closure of sound. It can only escape up and out to the corners, so it hits in that bowl area and then reflects back onto the field. So definitely a louder environment going towards the closed end or the Mexican War Streets direction of the stadium.
Now, we've talked about double score opportunities. This is one for the Browns. Remember, they won the toss, elected to defer. They'll get the ball to begin the second half. Trailing 9-0 now. Gabriel in the shotgun with the ball at the 11, marked in the right hash, closed end zone. Gets a snap, back to pass. Looking right, going to throw out to the right flat, and is going to be complete to Ford. He is pushed out of bounds by Peyton Wilson. Not sure whether he even gained any yards. Might have lost a yard or 2 on that play, actually. And now 7 seconds remains.
Big decision. Thought they were going to try for the end zone, but ended up throwing a little swing route out to the outside. Have to think here, you're thinking end zone to a player or out of bounds, and then you bring the kicker in if you can't make the completion here if you're the Browns. So for the Steelers defense, got to play tight, got to put some pressure on Gabriel, feeling way too comfortable in the pocket making decisions right now.
Showing a 4-man rush here. Empty set for Gabriel. 7 seconds remaining in the first half. Gets the snap. Looking. Throwing towards the end zone. And it is deflected. Incomplete. Patrick Queen was able to get a hand on it and knock it away.
Oh, that was so close. That was so close by Patrick Queen on the replay. Just tipped it up and out of the hands of Njoku running what we call a flag route. A post route running straight to the midline of the end zone, and Patrick Queen dropping in that Tampa 2 type of position. The deep coverage deflects the ball, and now we're on for a 3-point play by Bojorquez.
31-yard attempt here by Schmidt. Andre Schmidt, who's 6 for 8 for the season on field goal attempts. Here's the hold. Here's the kick. That kick is up, and that kick is the final play of the first half and is good. So that's the end of the second quarter, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. With a score, the Steelers 9, the Browns 3. The UPMC halftime report is up next in the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
From last-second game-winning field goals to 98-yard kickoff returns, football is exciting. But as the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers, PNC prefers to be steady and boring, like a solid ground game that eats up the clock. A strategy that scored a lot of financial wins over the last 160 years. And while our customers may not wear our name on the back of jerseys, Steelers fans can get 20% off regularly priced merchandise with the Pittsburgh Steelers PNC Bank debit card. A pretty exciting option play if you ask us. Find out more at pnc.com/Steelers card. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Ford F-Series, a name you'll remember. They're the best-selling trucks in America and the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers, capable of towing, hauling, and being the MVP of your game day tailgate. They're here to help you score big. Go to neighborhoodfordstore.com and enter for a chance to win an F-150. You might just become the talk of Steelers Nation. F-Series, the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2025. Brought to you in part by Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of Steelers Nation, by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Northwest Bank. For what's next, get started at northwest.com. By the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play PA Lottery online and get a first-time deposit match up to $1,000. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. By Pennsylvania One Call System. Call 811 before you dig. By Pepsi, the official soft drink sponsor of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By PNC, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Schneider Downs. Discover the value of big thinking with a personal focus at schneiderdowns.com. By Steelers Pro Shop. Get it direct from the team at the Steelers Pro Shop at shop.steelers.com. By UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And by RE/MAX Select Realty. Visit RE/MAXSelectPittsburgh.com.
Welcome to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wes Schuler with you here at Acrisure Stadium. At the half, it's Steelers 9, Browns 3. The first half recap brought to you by PNC Bank, the official bank of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and brilliantly boring since 1865. Steelers started with the football, and for every game that they've played here in the United States, they scored points on their first possession once again. 8 plays, 46 yards, capped by a Chris Boswell 44-yard field goal. That made it 3-0 Steelers just a little over 4 minutes into this one. Quiet first quarter the rest of the way. A little bit of a slog for both offenses. The Steelers would add a pair of field goals in the second quarter. First one, an 11-play, 39-yard drive. Chris Boswell true from 50 yards out with just a little over 11 minutes left in the second quarter. That made it 6-0 Pittsburgh. And then with 3 minutes and 38 seconds left, Boz once again good from distance, this time from 48 yards out. And the Steelers had a 9-0 lead with 3:38 left in the half. But the Browns would finally find some life, some momentum. Their best drive of the game by far. 16 plays, 72 yards, unable to find the end zone, though. Smith's good from 31 yards out to cut the Steelers' lead to 9-3 after 30 minutes. We'll take a look at the NFL scoreboard when we return on the other side. You are listening to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
So, who's up for dessert?
Ah, tempting, but I should check my balance first.
Don't worry, I got it.
No, all good. Dessert's on me.
Ever hesitate before making a purchase? What if you could always know? You can with S&T's mobile banking. Check your balance, pay friends on the spot, track your spending anytime, anywhere, all from your phone. Visit stbank.com to learn more and download our mobile app today. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
Yo, it's Mark Madden. If you're shopping for a new TV or appliance, Voss TV and Appliance is the only store for you. Voss is a locally owned family business with the buying power of a big box store. Visit my guys Rick or Matt at Voss TV and Appliance and get up to a $3,000 mail-in rebate on Cafe brand appliances. Voss TV and Appliance, serving Pittsburgh more than 6 decades with the lowest prices in town, guaranteed. Visit Voss TV and Appliance at VossTV.com or call 412-650-VOSS.
Ready for a new ride? South Hills Kia has the ride and the price you'll love. Brand new 2025 Kia Sorento SAWD, as low as $329 for 24 months with $39.99 due at signing. Or the 2025 Kia Seltos LXAWD, starting at $229 for 24 months with $34.99 due at signing. Lease offers exclude taxes and fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles a year. Expires November 3rd, 2025. Visit SouthHillsKia.net for details.
Chris, owner of Prescott Roofing and Masonry, Pittsburgh's full-service roofing and masonry company. You want someone with experience on your roof? Prescott Roofing and Masonry is that company. We've been tackling Pittsburgh roofs since 1906, and our techniques have been passed on for generations. Shingle, slate, tile, rubber, gutters, copper work, masonry restoration. We do it all. GAF Master Elite and James Hardy certified. Free estimates and financing available. PrescottRoofing.com.
The Pittsburgh Steelers play here on DVE.
We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers audio network.
We'll talk about this game starting tomorrow with the DVE Morning Show. Then, all week, we get you ready for the next game on your radio home of the Steelers, WDVE, Pittsburgh.
Halftime at Acrisure Stadium where the Steelers lead the Browns 9-3. Let's take a look at the NFL scoreboard. It's brought to you by Number One Cochran, the preferred auto group of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Rest of the league looking like this morning across the pond in London. The Broncos hold on to beat the Jets 13-11 in a weird one there at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Baltimore hanging around with the Rams. That's 3-3 at M&T Bank Stadium at the half. Dallas up 17-13 on Carolina. All these scores at halftime as well, too. The Colts lead Arizona 14-10 at home. Seattle up 13-6 on Jacksonville in Florida. The Chargers 9, the Dolphins 13 there in Miami. New England leads New Orleans at the Superdome 20-16 at the half. Cincinnati in action at 4:25 in Green Bay to kind of keep an eye on the last AFC North team. Good one tonight on Sunday Night Football as well as Kansas City hosts the Lions. We'll break down the first half stats when we return on the other side. You're listening to the UPMC Halftime Report on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
When it comes to your home, don't settle for average. West Shore Home has completed over 25,000 remodeling projects in the Pittsburgh area, and they're ready to help you next. From baths and windows to doors and flooring, they make home remodeling easy. They only use highly trained employee installers, never subcontractors. That means there's no guessing games or surprises. Plus, right now, lock in free installation at WestShoreBath.com. That's WestShoreBath.com. West Shore Home. Remodeling reimagined.
At Washington and Jefferson College, we don't just equip you for what's next. We empower you to adapt and thrive. At W&J, bold academics meet professors who coach you to succeed. Real-world experience is built into every major. So when you graduate, you're not just ready, you're game ready. Schedule your campus visit today at washjeff.edu. That's washjeff.edu and see where your journey begins. Washington and Jefferson College, where you learn to adapt to any challenge and thrive in the ever-changing world. Starting a home improvement project? Essential Utilities reminds you, before you build a deck, plant a tree, or put up a fence, call 811. Professionals from Underground Utilities like Peoples will mark your lines so you can dig safely. Whether you're doing the work yourself or hiring a professional, calling 811 is free for homeowners. And it's the law. Call 811 3 days before you dig to keep you and your family safe. Peoples, an Essential Utilities company.
Hi,
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. Life moves fast, but planning ahead doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly, Bill. That's why NSS Life offers affordable life insurance and reliable annuities you can count on.
It's the peace of mind you've been looking for.
Because you're not just planning for tomorrow, you're building a future that lasts a lifetime.
NSS Life. Secure today, confident tomorrow.
NSS Life, where family matters.
Randy Baumann Mornings and Steelers Football. DVE.
Back at Acrisure Stadium, it's Pittsburgh 9, Cleveland 3 at the half. Let's take a look at your first half stats. They are brought to you by Schneider Downs. Discover the value of big thinking with a personal focus at SchneiderDowns.com. Aaron Rodgers, 12 of 19 for 120 yards. Encouraging first half. DK Metcalf and Darnell Washington, once again, both of those guys making big plays. Metcalf, 2 receptions for 45 yards, a long of 25. Washington, 2 receptions for 48 yards, including that first play from scrimmage for the Steelers where he had a 36-yard gain. Jaylen Warren, 6 carries for 23 yards. How about Caleb Johnson? 3 carries for 13 yards for a 4.3 yards per carry average from the rookie. Taking a look here at the Browns side of things, speaking of rookies, rookie quarterback Dillon Gabriel, 13 of 18 for 92 yards. Steelers doing a good job of keeping Judkins, the talented rookie running back, limited for Cleveland. He's got 6 attempts for just 14 yards. Team stats before we get out of here, pretty even in the first down department. Cleveland with 10, Pittsburgh with 9. The Browns 2 of 5 on third down conversions. The Steelers 4 of 8. Total net yards there in the first half. The Steelers with $166. Cleveland with 106. Steelers much better in the time of possession department than they've been so far this season. They controlled the ball for 17 minutes and 28 seconds of those opening 30 minutes. Thanks to Caliente Pizza and Draft House for feeding our crew today back at studio headquarters. Caliente Pizza and Draft House, the pizza of champions. I'm Wes Schuler, and you've been listening to the UPMC Halftime Report. UPMC, the official healthcare provider and health plan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll have the second half kickoff right after this. You are listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Sometimes the biggest business challenges are the ones you don't even know you have. Schneider Downs helps clients solve those challenges. Tax and accounting, digital consulting and cybersecurity, risk management and advisory. Learn about big thinking with a personal focus at SchneiderDowns.com.
In Pittsburgh, toughness isn't just on the field, it's in our DNA. At U.S. Steel, we've been making American-made steel for nearly 125 years. Strong, resilient, and built to perform under pressure. From stadiums and skyscrapers to the cars and appliances you count on every day, our steel powers progress. Proudly forged in the heart of steel country, U.S. Steel is built for what's next because in Pittsburgh, we know what it takes to win. U.S. Steel, American-made, Pittsburgh proud.
Terry Wargenis here. The best way to Acrisure Stadium is the Gateway Clipper Shuttle. There's plenty of parking at Station Square. Come on down to our boats, enjoy a beverage, watching our beautiful city views, and get ready to cheer on our hometown team. Visit gatewayclipper.com for details.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2025. Brought to you in part by 84 Lumber, a dynasty partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Pella Windows, viewed to be the best. By Clearview Federal Credit Union. For every touchdown the black and gold score in 2025, Clearview Federal Credit Union will donate $500 to the Light of Life mission. Clearview, your financial partner for a better life. Visit clearviewfcu.org. By Iron Workers Local Union Number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. By Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. By Henny Jewelers, Pittsburgh's choice jewelry store for engagement rings, luxury jewelry, and watches. By Giant Eagle, the official supermarket of Steelers Nation. By South Hills Kia. South Hills Kia has the ride and a price you'll love. By CGR Wholesale Roofing and Siding Supply Center, where the average Joe can buy like a pro. By Iron Workers Local Union Number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. And by First National Bank. Can your bank do that? Welcome to FNB. Let's get started. Member FDIC.
At Acrisure Stadium, first AFC North game for your first place. Pittsburgh Steelers 3-1. They lead 9-3. 3 straight field goals by Chris Boswell, then a late field goal by Andre Schmidt. The last play of the first half. Today's second half previews brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play to win with the Pennsylvania Lottery. Visit PALottery.com or download the app today.
Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Missy Matthews.
Guys, Coach Tomlin, probably no surprise that going into the locker room at halftime, they need to finish drives, they need to get touchdowns, and used a new Tomlinism. Evan Washburn was the one that talked to him from CBS. He asked if I had ever heard this. I have not, so I will ask you guys. They need to get the loose change out of their lives.
Ooh, the loose change out of their lives. I'm not quite sure what that means.
I don't even know what it means, but it sounds intriguing.
Okay.
Get the loose change out of their lives. I guess similar to Coming to America, right? We'd rather have we like the change that jingles. We'd rather have the kind that folds.
Boswell with the kick, taken at the 2-yard line by Dylan Sampson, angling to the left, and he is run down. And it is the combination of Peyton Wilson and Hayward, Connor Hayward, who make the stop. So good job at the 23-yard line. That's where Dillon Gabriel and this Browns offense will take over. Last we saw, they were marching down the field and kicking a field goal.
And this is the biggest thing for the Steelers defense to start this second half. Start it how you did before. Close them out, 3 and out, get off the field, turn the ball back over to your offense. That is an opportunity to reset. So hopefully you can stay aggressive and really stop and contain this run game that Cleveland's going to want to try and institute.
2 tight ends and an extra defensive tackle or offensive tackle, I beg your pardon, in the game as Judkins gets the handoff, goes right, and finds a little bit of room out to the 26-yard line. So a pickup of about 4 on that first down run.
So not what you want to see. 4 is a win on first down for a rush game. You want to keep it below 4 to be a win defensively. So not exactly what you want, but opportunity here. I feel like they've been so close to interceptions, turnovers, fumbles. I'm hoping the get near turns into get here moments for this defense in the second half.
Sampson is checked in. He's to the right of Gabriel in the shotgun. Gabriel claps his hands and now moves Fannin sprinting out to the left. Gabriel gets a snap back, and he is hit by T.J. Watt, and the ball is loose, and they're going to say incomplete pass. Flag is on the down on the far side of the field.
Is it a fumble? Ooh.
All right. Ruling on the field is that the quarterback's hand came forward without control of the ball. Fumble recovered by the defense. However, offside. Defense number 90 lined up in the neutral zone. It's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
Second time by T.J. Watt.
Oh, my goodness. Can't really see it from the angle that we have. We have a reverse angle, so you can't really tell. And it's one of those things that he's lined up.
They're not saying jump. They're saying lined up.
Lined up. Like, so a predetermined offsides by alignment. And that's tough, man.
Who's eligible? 72.
So KT Leviston is the eligible in, with Fannin also at the tight end position to the right of the formation. Now Blake Whitehart, another tight end, lines up I formation. Judkins behind quarterback Gabriel in the under center. And now he can get that 5 yards right back.
There we go, 68.
5-yard penalty, second down.
Don't worry, it was on 68. Don't worry, guys. Bird dog that one again. Yeah, he flinched very hard before the beginning of that, so now move it back. And I just talked about the get here versus get near. It would have looked great on my resume, to have said that and it actually happened. T.J. Watt and his gloves were lined up off sides.
Gabriel in the shotgun, moves Judkins left to right. Stomps the foot, gets the snap, back to pass. Looking right, throws in that direction, and it is bobbled up in the air, nearly intercepted along the sideline. It was Slay who bounced it up in the air and nearly picked off as Patrick Queen came racing in and dove for the ball, but couldn't quite bring it in.
Oh, that was such good coverage by Darius Slay on Harold Fannin Jr. And like you said, Patrick Queen came in like a missile, tried to baseball slide his way underneath it, just couldn't gather the ball, hit the front of his fingertips versus in the well or the pocket of the hands for him to cradle that inbounds. Man, so close.
Ford is the running back to the right of Gabriel in the shotgun.
2 receivers to each side of the formation. Steelers showing heavy blitz here. They will bring 4 instead as Gabriel gets a snap. Has time, throws it, and it's knocked down by T.J. Watt as Gabriel tried to go to his right, and Watt batted it down, and it is a 3-and-out for the Browns on their opening possession of the first half.
This is what we want to see. The Watt swat in full action. TJ had 2 hands on it. No desire to pick that off and add to his 9th interception of his career. He said, no, I just want this off and out of the way for anybody to catch it so we can get a 3-and-out and get off the field.
He was chipped by the tight end, chipped by the running back, and blocked by the tackle, and still got home to knock that pass down.
So good. And they want to say that Myles Garrett is more effective than T.J. Watt. No, sorry, guys. This guy's an all-around threat.
Bojorquez back to punt it away. Quinshon Williams standing at his own 24-yard line to our left. Bojorquez gets the snap. Left-footed boot. It's away. And it's a good one. Quinshon Williams driven back inside his own 10, retreating to his 5, starting to the right. Now wants to cut back and gets out to about the 20, maybe the 21, where he is swarmed under by a host of tacklers. A 67-yard punt. And the Steelers will have the ball at their own 21-yard line, their first possession of the second half, when we continue from Acrisure Stadium with Steelers football and the Steelers leading the Cleveland Browns 9-3.
Ford F-Series, a name you'll remember. They're the best-selling trucks in America and the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers, capable of towing, hauling, and being the MVP of your game day tailgate. They're here to help you score big. Go to neighborhoodfordstore.com and enter for a chance to win an F-150. You might just become the talk of Steelers Nation. F-Series, the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
At FNB, we rewrote the rules of banking and made getting everything you need a whole lot easier. Experience the one-of-a-kind e-store common app from FNB. Checking, savings, loans, credit cards. One application done in minutes. Just one common app for more than 40 business and consumer products. Can your bank do that? Didn't think so. Welcome to FNB. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. Loan subject to credit approval. FNB member FDIC.
As the largest and most experienced program in the region, UPMC Sports Medicine knows that injuries can happen to anyone, whether you're a weekend athlete, a rising star, or even a seasoned pro. That's why we offer a complete range of services and experts to help treat and prevent sports-related injuries to get you back in the game. To make an appointment, visit upmcsportsmedicine.com. UPMC is the official healthcare provider of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Steelers fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day, too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a pro or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
13:48 remains second half as the Steelers get their opening possession of this half as they thwart the Browns' attempt to get that double score. They kicked the field goal in the last play of the first half to the Browns, 31-yarder by Andre Schmidt to cut the lead to 9-3, but the Steelers forced the 3-and-out, and they get the ball at their own 21-yard line. Jaylen Warren is in the Steelers huddle with quarterback Aaron Rodgers. They break that huddle now and come out to face one of the best defenses in the NFL, the Cleveland Browns, with Spencer Anderson in a jumbo package with strength to the left, Darnell Washington that way as well. Rodgers taps both sides of the helmet. The Browns shifting their defense, the pitch to Warren. He's going to try the left side, and Warren will cut back after he sees nothing, get back to the original line of scrimmage. Flag comes flying in late. It has been a flag fest today. Indication against the Steelers.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Spencer Anderson.
Mr. Anderson got a problem there. And as I'm rewatching the play, it's tough to really see where the hold happened.
It was out of our screen.
Replay. It happened off. He had passed one guy off successfully to Darnell Washington, was climbing to the second guy. So I'm assuming it came there as Jaylen Warren was cutting behind. Spencer on that play.
Steelers, the least penalized team in the NFL, have been whistled 6 times for 34 yards. Cleveland 4 times for 34 yards. Those are the accepted penalties. Rodgers in the shotgun. Gets a snap, back to pass, looking right, throws out to the right flat. It's complete to Gainwell. Gainwell tries to spin out of a tackle. Can't quite, as Delpit comes up to help Bush. A 4-yard gain out to the 15 will bring up a 2nd and long for the Steelers.
And pressure coming in on Aaron Rodgers. Just having to get rid of the football was key and get some positive yardage because there was a full compression. All 4 D linemen pressed the offensive line back into Aaron Rodgers' lap.
Rodgers now 13 for 20 and 125 yards. In the shotgun, he has Warren to his right, 2 receivers split to each side. Gets the snap, back to pass, looking left, throws. It's complete to Freiermuth. Freiermuth heads up the left sideline, knocked out of bounds by Devin Bush, gets to about the 26-yard line. So this will make it a 3rd and 5 for the Steelers, fighting their way back after that holding penalty on Spencer Anderson on 1st down.
It feels good to hear the mooth sound in the stadium. It's been quiet the last couple of weeks. Good to see 88 there in the offensive game plan. We've seen a lot of tight end throws. Jonnu Smith has a couple of catches. Darnell Washington. Now you add to that list Pat Freiermuth joining the conversation.
They're going to mark it at the 27, so call it 3rd and 4. 12:07 remaining, clock running here in the 3rd quarter. Rodgers gets the snap. 4-man rush. Looks right. Throws on the slant to DK Metcalf. And DeKalen can't hang on to that one. Denzel Ward was all over him. The crowd here wanted a flag. Metcalf wanted a flag. And for the first time today, when we wanted a flag, there was no flag.
And you see Denzel Ward grab the jersey and sling DK down, DeKalen. So I'm like, that is a very clear one that did not go. Of all the flags they've been throwing arbitrarily, that one should have been thrown. And now all of a sudden they found that there was actually a seam sewn in the pocket for the flag, I guess, for one play.
Waitman back to punt it away. Larvidan waiting at his own 22-yard line. Snap and the boot. And a running into the kicker behind the play. Larvidan gets it at the 28. Going to run to the left. Cut back to the right, but it's not going to matter when he's tackled at the 35-yard line because this should be a 1st down for the Steelers on a running into the kicker.
Absolutely. Get back out there, offense.
And they are walking back out onto the field. Only question is whether it's 5 or 15 here.
Yeah, rough versus run.
Running into the kicker by the defense. It's a 5-yard penalty. Will result in a 1st down.
So we're on radio, right? I got to tell you, and the penalties on Cam Thomas. Ron Torbert, the referee, raised his arms like he was going to go personal foul and then dropped him to his side and called it running into the kicker.
Yeah, he faked us out.
Can't see that on radio.
No, can't see that on
radio. But we're telling you that's what happened.
Because that's where our emotional state was in that moment. We were like, oh, and then no. Running, not roughing. That was the big key. Starts with R, ends in ing. A lot of difference in the middle.
So 5-yard penalty out to the 32-yard line, a 1st down. And Spencer Anderson is in once again as the Steelers going with this jumbo package.
Number 74 has reported as an eligible receiver. 74 is eligible.
That might actually be the first time we've heard that live in the stadium.
Yeah.
He's been in for about 10 plays already. That's the first time we actually heard it that loud and audibly.
Well, if it's successful, we've seen that in the past create cult heroes on that offensive line.
Zach Banner.
That's right.
Myself for a little bit. Early in my career.
Rodgers under center. Darnell Washington moves right to left. Warren is the lone setback. Rodgers on motion. Jonnu Smith to the right, and he gets it on the jet sweep, and Jonnu Smith barreling forward. Denzel Ward tried to body block him down. He just shrugged that off and got out to the 41-yard line, moving left to right. And that jumbo package, Missy Matthews, is something we're starting to get used to.
Yeah, as you guys mentioned, Max, Zach Banner, when they were in Dublin, Spencer Anderson said the ref came up to him during a timeout and said, "Is your grandma watching?" He said, "Yeah." So he said every time he went to report eligible in Ireland, he would just say, "Grandma, grandma," and that's how the ref knew that he was reporting as eligible and wanted to see if he could get that on for his grandma to hear on the TV.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. I wish I would have gotten that. Hey, tell my grandma, granted my grandmother, well, actually I still have one. Still alive, but she wasn't watching the games. She was a little bit a little bit older at that age, so I had to tell her that I still played football one time when I went and saw her.
They're going to give Jonnu Smith a first down now, so they reset the chains after a brief stop and play. 11-11 and counting here in the third quarter. Rodgers under center. Steelers leading 9-3. Lone setback is Jalen Warren on a 1st and 10. Steelers moving left to right. Motion man is Miller right to left. A handoff to Warren, and he's going to bounce it to the outside of the left and angles towards the sideline and finds himself another 10-yard pickup into Browns territory.
Back-to-back explosives by this Steelers offense. We were talking about it at halftime. Where's the lull? Where's the explosiveness of this offense? Jonnu Smith on a jet sweep, and now Jalen Warren. Back-to-back 10-yard plays that have moved the chains. Hope this momentum keeps up and the Steelers' rush game keeps up.
Trying to force that right shoe on without untying it. Cedar's doing the old drag the foot thing along, trying to squeeze that foot back into the shoe, and is able to stay into the game as he's the lone setback behind Rodgers. Ball at the 47-yard line of the Browns. Once again, a tightly bunched formation for the Steelers. Rodgers, play action pass, this time looking at a loft deep. Intended for DeKalen Metcalf. Oh, and it's behind him, and he couldn't make the adjustment to come back for the ball. Campbell in coverage. Rodgers had him, but it just floated short of an open Metcalf.
That was just thrown severely under. That was about 2 yards shy. I mean, DeKalen had 3 steps on the receiver, tried to slow down for it. I believe there's some wind up there.
You talked about that.
There's some wind in this lower bowl, probably between where the top of the uprights are to midway through this 100 section. There's something there because it's not on the ground. It's not showing, but we've seen a lot of balls, especially towards the left side of the field, the far side of the field, really hamper a lot of big plays with the football. 2
punts affected that way, and perhaps that pass as well. Rodgers, play action pass, rolling to the right. Underneath has Metcalf this time. Metcalf racing up the right sideline and knocked down at the 21-yard line. Big gain for Metcalf. First down for the Steelers.
Beautiful play concept, beautiful setup. You've been running the ball effectively. So guess what? 8th man in the box, single high coverage, and then underneath, DK Metcalf running a drag route from the left to the right of the offensive formation, and just all alone by himself on the play. Turns up and gets a big gain here. Now we're talking about teetering on the real red zone. High red zone's a 35-yard line. We're almost in the real red zone now.
And remember what Mike Tomlin said coming out of halftime, trying to finish off some of these drives. As Rodgers gets a snap, will give, and this is Jalen Warren starting right, picking his way up the middle of the field, and he's going to pick up another 10 yards and another first down for the Steelers, who are now entering the Heinz red zone during Steelers season. It has to be Heinz.
Listen, chunky like Campbell's, baby, right now. This team is picking up some plays, and we're getting these 10, 25, now 10 again. You're wearing down this Cleveland Browns defense that's so vaunted, so good, is now starting to show signs of wear and tear. And why is that? Time of possession and commitment to running the football. That's the after effect of that, and the Steelers are taking advantage.
8 carries, 44 yards for Warren, who remains in the game to the right of Rodgers. Rodgers gets the snap. Will give to Warren off the left side. This time Alex Wright closes down from his defensive end position and snuffs it out for no gain.
Kind of ran into a wall there, Jalen Warren, taking a dive up the middle. Kind of got hit right in the backside. Mason McCormick got stymied on a double team block with Zach Frazier, and Jalen Warren got bounced a little bit backwards, and Alex Wright closed from that left end position. I always get confused when I'm saying offensive right, defensive left, trying to remember which side they're on, but closed down and made the play.
Rodgers under center. Will motion Darnell Washington right to left. He'll stop in an H-back position there. Now he'll motion back to the right as Rodgers gets a snap. Play action pass. Rolling to his right, looking downfield, throws back across his body and caught in the end zone. What a grab by Connor Hayward. Magnificent throw by Rodgers, and Hayward with his first touchdown of the season.
I just keep checking my bingo card for all the different guys that get involved for touchdowns. First, we started the season with Ben Skoranek. Now we've got Connor Hayward, the 4th tight end, that's caught a catch today in this game alone. What a tremendous job by Aaron Rodgers, buying time on the rollout and then directing traffic and trying to get his guy in the right position. Connor Hayward had tight coverage, threw it to the place where only Connor Hayward could come away with it, and they come away with 7.
Yep, as Rodgers rolled to his right, Hayward moved a little back to the left and was able to score the touchdown, and Boswell able to finish things off with the extra point. The Steelers have just scored from the Heinz Red Zone during Steelers season. It has to be Heinz. From Acrisure Stadium, 7:46 remains third quarter with the score, the Steelers 16, the Browns 3.
This year's senior class is back at homecoming, reunited and protected with mNEXSpike, the new COVID-19 vaccine from Moderna for adults 65 and older. That's because these seniors know they face the highest risk of severe COVID. mNEXSpike, COVID-19 vaccine mRNA, is a COVID-19 vaccine for people 65 and older and for 12 to 64-year-olds at high risk for severe COVID. You shouldn't get mNEXSpike if you've had an allergic reaction to a previous Moderna COVID-19 vaccine. Rare cases of inflammation of the heart muscle and outer lining have been reported. Common side effects include pain at the injection site, tiredness, headache, muscle or joint pain, chills, nausea, vomiting, and underarm swelling or soreness. mNEXSpike may not protect everyone. This year's senior class came ready with a COVID-19 vaccine that helps them keep showing up. mNEXSpike from Moderna, here for the senior class. Visit mnexspike.com to schedule your vaccine today. That's mnexspike.com.
NFL fans, when it's time to get Steelers tickets, you can tackle game day with total certainty with Ticketmaster. With 100% verified tickets available all season long, you can count on getting in with ease and spend time focusing on the good stuff. Even if you're headed to the game last minute, you can still score seats. Want to meet up inside the stadium with your crew? Transferring your tickets is an easy handoff. So get those touchdown celebrations ready and score your tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Steelers.
It's Max Starks for my friends at Clearview Federal Credit Union. Clearview is here to help you reach your financial goals and support our community every step of the way. This season, they're giving back through Touchdowns for Hope, donating $500 to Light of Life Rescue Mission for every Pittsburgh touchdown. That's just one way Clearview shows up for those who need it most. Visit clearviewfcu.org/touchdown to learn more and open an account today. That's clearviewfcu.org/touchdown.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
We'll talk about this game starting tomorrow with the DVE Morning Show. Then, all week, we get you ready for the next game on your radio home of the Steelers, WDVE, Pittsburgh.
At Acrisure Stadium, first AFC North game for the Steelers, the last team in the NFL to play a division game. They are in first place, 3-1, and they are leading the Cleveland Browns 16-3. 10-play, 79-yard drive, took 6:02, capped off on a beautiful 12-yard touchdown pass from Rodgers to Hayward. Now the boot is taken by Sampson on the kickoff at the 1-yard line. Starts up the left side of the field and is corralled there, and it's Peyton Wilson who got a big arm on him to drag him down right near the 30-yard line. A reminder, our next broadcast on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network will be Thursday, October 16th. That's this Thursday when the Pittsburgh Steelers visit the Cincinnati Bengals. Steelers Audio Network coverage will begin at 6:15 on Thursday the 16th. So back-to-back AFC North opponents. The ball will be marked at the 31-yard line after that 30-yard return by Sampson. 7:40 remains in the third quarter as Gabriel, the rookie making his second start, saunters under center, has Judkins as the lone setback. He gets a snap, will give to Judkins, starting right, cuts toward the middle of the field, and Derek Harmon got a big arm on him and was able to take him down after a short gain out to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, Cam Hayward finished him off. It was a good tag team role by the Brothers of Destruction in there. You got young and old working together. That's teamwork. I really want to see a turnover. I feel like there's a turnover brewing. We've had a couple close calls on those and just can't quite get it going yet. And it looks like KT Levinston in at right tackle. Jack Conklin out of the game right now.
2nd and 7, and the Steelers want to use a timeout on defense at the 7:05 mark of the third. So they've used a couple of defensive timeouts as Cam Hayward, after making that tackle, maybe coming off the field a little bit slowly, so having to reset a bit. Stay tuned after the game for the Mike Tomlin post-game press conference, brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Boy, you'd like to snuff this out right away. You know, the Steelers have been on the cusp I know you and I both talking felt like that New England game was the Steelers were close to really running up the score there and blowing them out. Felt the same way in Dublin last week. Look, Mike Tomlin has been phenomenal in one-score games, but I wouldn't mind this being a 2-3 score game.
I wouldn't mind seeing some backups come in so you can get guys fresh at this point, but you got to take care of business. Got to put the ball in the end zone. You got to snuff out this offense for the Cleveland Browns and make sure you give them no hope.
Empty set for Gabriel, who motions Sampson, the running back, into a slot position to the left. Gabriel back, looking, throws to the right. It is complete to Njoku, who's tackled immediately toward the right sideline by Peyton Wilson. And it's out to the 39-yard line. Njoku, he rolls over on his back, and he is down again. Second time we've seen Njoku in discomfort and down and seeking medical attention. It's going to be a 3rd and 1. After they attempt to Njoku help him up, and he was just a yard or so away from the Browns sideline, so they'll get him off the field, and a crew running out there with water bottles for the Steelers defense, and now they'll have to run off for both teams, and it'll be a 3rd and 1, 6:51 remaining here in this third quarter.
Biggest thing, keep everything in front of you in these type of moments. If you're the Steelers defense, don't get lax just because it's 3rd and short and you think they're going to run. The Browns like to run trick plays. They ran one where it was a fake orbit type of deal, end around, throwback type of screen. Don't lose the trickeration. Stay on your job.
Jeudy in motion, left to right, stops in the left flash. Gabriel rolling out, wants to throw to Jeudy. It is complete as Jeudy cuts towards the sideline, steps out of bounds. A first down at the 47-yard line of the Steelers. Just a quick pitch and catch. Rolling out, Gabriel, of course, is left-handed, rolls to his left and finds his man.
And that's what you don't want to get to. Everybody thinks, hey, this is going to be a run because it's 3rd and 1. They got big personnel in. But no, you can't do that. And also, this kind of knocks out a lot of opportunities for them to have those big plays. Now they're down to their 7th lineman in there trying to play the jumbo lineman because KT Levinston, who normally plays, is now at right tackle.
It's Luke Whippler who is checked in, the backup center, guy that they think has a bright future for him. Now motion is Fannin. Turn and give. Now Gabriel has all kinds of time and thrown and almost intercepted by Herbig as he came back to the left and threw it almost right to Nick Herbig.
Oh, this was so close. Another get near moment. I need a get here moment. And Nick Herbig does a great job of tossing that ball. It kind of loses sight as he pirouettes around. They were trying to get the ball floated to the outside.
He just never saw him. If he had floated it, Judkins had all kinds of room up the left sideline, but he never saw him.
He was in a man situation. Man, that was close.
Never saw Herbig, is what I meant to say. As Gabriel in the shotgun now with Judkins to his left. 2nd and 10, ball at the 47-yard line of the Browns. Snap. Gabriel throws over the middle of the field. It's complete to Fannin, the rookie tight end, and he is just barreling forward. Shook off a tackle attempt by Slay and gets down to the 35-yard line before Jack Sawyer and others can get him to the ground.
And that's just a tough one. Steelers playing a 2-deep zone in that one, and Fannin just runs a nice little one-step slant to the inside, right in the open spot. Dillon Gabriel, that's where he was at a sweet spot a week ago. He feels really comfortable with throwing to Njoku and Fannin, running those flex type of situations. And now we have a stoppage. Darius Slay down on one knee. But to continue that thought, running those inside slants that hit to the seam area, because the Steelers like to drop in that zone when they're in 2 deep versus when they're in single high. You have man-to-man coming off of that.
And Slay was attempting to kind of body block tackle Fannin, and Fannin ran through it, and Slay is now walking slowly off the field, shaking up a little, now kind of rolling his right arm around, and they're telling, hey, squeeze that hand, get that circulation going.
A little stinger action there.
Yep, just a quick completion by Gabriel to Fannin, who came into this game, the rookie, as the leading receiver for the Browns. It is an excellent rookie class for this Cleveland Browns team. Gabriel at quarterback, you have Fannin, you have Judkins, you have Schlesinger on defense, all been major contributors for the Cleveland Browns. Now a 1st and 10 at the 35 of the Steelers. Crowd beginning to make some noise. Gabriel in the shotgun has Judkins to his right.
Steelers showing some pressure, and they'll bring it as he gets the snap. He's got all kinds of time. No throws underneath to the left to Whiteheart, who is pounded immediately by Cole Holcomb in the left flat. I don't know if they give him any yardage there. Right at the 35-yard line. Looks like no gain.
That was a beautiful diagnosis by Cole Holcomb, sitting off in the curl flat, and then he just absolutely unloads as the ball gets to the tight end in that moment. And that's what you want to see. Whiteheart looked like he had no heart on that play.
2nd and 10, 4:32 and counting here remaining in the third quarter. Browns trying to match the Steelers' touchdown drive in the Steelers' last possession. Steelers trying to snuff that out. Gabriel gets the snap. Back to pass. Looking, has some time. Now moves out to the left. Throws on the run downfield. And Fannin drops it along the left sideline at the 15-yard line. A perfect throw by Gabriel, and Fannin could not bring it in.
And Gabriel was under a lot of pressure as he rolls out to his left. And Fannin, for whatever reason, just took his eyes off of the ball with his hands because he had to adjust a little bit behind with his hands and misses that catch. So a great opportunity there. Jalen Ramsey was in tow, but Fannin had a clear catch in that moment and just absolutely dropped it.
Well, circle that drop as a potential big play in favor of the Steelers and against the Browns, who have 3 receivers to the right. Now motioning to the left is Bond. Running back is Ford. Back to pass, and the throw underneath, and another drop. Njoku had it on a little slant. Would have had an opportunity to maybe run for the first down. Instead, it's a drop, and out comes the field goal unit for the Browns.
Narrow missed opportunity. David Njoku, usually sure-handed. Just a lot of drops by these Browns receivers and skill position guys today. And I get it's a left-handed guy, so the ball's coming in reverse of what you're used to from a right-handed quarterback. It spins counterclockwise to you. But still, you're a ball player. You got to be able to play.
No doubt. Gabriel, that drive, not his fault. He made some good throws there. 53-yard attempt here for Andre Schmidt. And here's the hold, the kick. The kick is up, and that kick is drilled through by Schmidt. And so the Browns don't respond with a touchdown. They do come up with a field goal. And at the 4:08 mark of the third quarter from Acrisure Stadium, Steelers football continues with the score. The Steelers 16, the Browns 6.
The black and gold faithful always travel well to see the team on the road. And now Caliente and DVE give you a chance to become a road warrior. We're teaming up to send 2 lucky fans to watch the black and gold take on Detroit on December 21st in the Motor City. The winner receives tickets, airfare, and hotel stay for 2, plus a Caliente gift card. From Caliente, 7-time World Pizza Champions, and now the official pizza of WDVE. Deadline to enter is November 30th. Register at any Caliente location or at dve.com.
The Hep C Cure Squad is here for your protection. Cause if you are uncertain, my suggestion is get tested. The time is now, find your nearest local clinic. What's exquisite, if it's hard for you to travel, they do home visits. You're not alone, listen, they're here to help. You deserve to focus on your future well-being and health. This next line is tremendously important. You don't have to pay a dime, a single cent, or need insurance. Doc Hep C, I speak screaming, yell but loudly. Don't you ever doubt me, come and get your cure from Central Outreach.
Planting a tree, putting in a new sprinkler system, digging a trench, no matter the project. If it involves digging, Pennsylvania 811 wants to remind you to call 811 before you dig. It's the law, and it ensures your safety by steering you clear of underground lines and cables you can't see running right beneath you. Remember, every dig counts. Don't let what's buried beneath the ground surprise you. Find out more at pa1call.org. pa1call.org. Stay safe. Call 811 before you start digging.
So, who's up for dessert?
Tempting, but I should check my balance first.
Don't worry, I got it.
No, all good. Dessert's on me.
Ever hesitate before making a purchase? What if you could always know? You can with S&T's mobile banking. Check your balance, pay friends on the spot, track your spending anytime, anywhere, all from your phone. Visit stbank.com to learn more and download our mobile app today. S&T Bank, member FDIC.
The Pittsburgh Steelers play here on DVE.
Steelers with a 16-6 lead over the Browns. 4:03 left in the third quarter. An injury update for you guys. Darius Slay is just gotten out of the blue tent. We are told he's dealing with a shoulder injury. His return to the game is questionable. Rob.
Missy, thank you very much. And by the way, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka apparently out of the game for the Browns.
At least
as well.
you got to say his name.
I had to mention
You've been
that.
working on that name all week, so I appreciate you got it in at least once. Not the circumstances you were planning, though.
Andre Schmidt with a kickoff, and the Steelers moving left to right. Gainwell is going to take it at the 5-yard line on the far side of the field. Angling toward the middle of the field, crosses the 20, the 25. Slithers through a hole there, and Donovan McMillan, the Peters Township and Pitt graduate, is there to make the stop on special teams for Cleveland. So the Steelers will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
You know, I've also wanted to say some names too, so I'll save that for the next one. But Diabate was also in on
Ahmed Diabate,
yeah,
part of the stop.
It's a fun name to say, Bachman Diabate.
Like to get that Peters Township mentioned out there, though.
Yeah, got to. Local PA kid, you know.
So Gainwell is to the right of Rodgers. This feels like an important drive. Reestablish yourself if you're the Steelers, up 16-6, 4:02 remaining here in the third quarter. Rodgers gets the snap, will give to Gainwell off the left side, finds a gaping hole, and Gainwell will lower the shoulder and bang out close to 10 yards in that first down run. Looks like he's about a half a yard short.
That's still close to the It's explosive. Oh, nope, it is explosive. They moved the chain. So 10 yards, another explosive in this run game. And the Steelers in the second half have been just chunking away at the Browns.
And that's without the jumbo package out there, just the normal offensive line setup. Broderick Jones and company opening up a big hole off the left side. Gainwell gets a handoff again. Starts left, cuts back to the right off right guard. Is going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards in that first down run.
And that is a victory. We talked about this first down plays. You need to get at least 4 yards. That's a victory for the offense. And, well, now we'll see it's 3.5.
We'll call it a semi-victory.
It's a partial victory. It's like a half fist pump type of deal. It's not a full fist pump.
Jalen Warren to the left of Rodgers in the shotgun. 1 receiver to the left, 3 to the right for Rodgers. Under 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter as Rodgers gets the snap. Back to pass, looking right, going to throw out there. He just complete to Roman Wilson. Wilson makes the grab and heads upfield, crosses midfield, and gets down to the 47-yard line. So good to see Roman Wilson out there with his second catch of the season.
Nice job by the offensive line providing some space. Roman Wilson running the intermediate, DK running the clear out, and then tight end running underneath. And Roman just kind of fits in between those two receivers, putting the defensive secondary in a quandary, and is able to skate through and get that first down.
13-yard pickup, 2 receptions, the longest of his career.
Longest of his career, and still not quite explosive. We need 15 yards on a pass, 10 on a run.
Rodgers under center now has Warren as the setback. Spencer Anderson has checked in. Roman Wilson in motion right to left to give off to Warren. Starts to the left, cuts back to the right, makes a move, runs through a would-be tackle attempt, stays on his feet, and it takes 4 Browns to get him down after a gain of 8 inside the 40 and down to the 39.
Chugga, choo, choo. The pain train is coming. The physicality of the run game is picking up. You're seeing these chunk-type plays. Not quite explosive. We talked 10 yards explosive. But anytime you get 8-9 yards, those are ones that are just belly busters for your defense because you realize you're in a no-win situation on the ensuing down.
Well, they're just starting to knock this Browns defense backward, and part of that's Warren, part of that's the offensive line. Rodgers under center. Washington in motion right to left. The pitch to Warren. He's going to start to the right, cut back to the left, break through a tackle, but then not a second, and he's going to be taken down by Devin Bush. A loss of a half yard back to the 40-yard line.
Took a little bit too much there to get going. The tosses to the reverse side, to the right side when action is going to the left. You pull Darnell Washington. Usually want to have that running back going in concert right behind that guy that's pulling or the pulling guard, but it just takes a little bit too much time to develop, and that's why he's able to get run down.
Is it like a counter? You're trying to influence the team to go that way and cut back the other way?
That's the idea, but when you have a big moving skyscraper like Darnell Washington moving, there's no disguise there in that moment.
3rd and 2 ball at the 39-yard line. Big play here for the Steelers. Rodgers back, throws over the middle of the field. It's complete to Darnell Washington. Darnell barreling forward inside the 30 and down to the 25-yard line.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling is Mount Washington as he took 2 guys with him and just drugged them down the field. And this is a masterclass in time of possession, using the run after the catch and the yak and play. This is pretty darn good.
and a third reception for 62 yards for Darnell Washington. The Steelers in the huddle, but they're going to let the clock run down here as we have time now to make the switch to the fourth quarter. Brought to you by Northwest Bank. Explore checking that lets you get paid up to 2 days early. Northwest Bank for what's next. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. With a score, the Steelers 16, the Browns 6. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
With America's best lineup of hybrids from Hyundai, you get the best of both worlds. Like the stylish yet capable Santa Fe Hybrid, backed by America's best warranty. The Hyundai Santa Fe Hybrid. It's the best of both worlds.
Get 1.99% APR or up to $4,500 bonus cash on a Santa Fe or lease for $299 a month. Visit your local Hyundai dealer, proud partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Offers end November 3rd. Call 202-929-0073 for details.
Starting a home improvement project? Essential Utilities reminds you, before you build a deck, plant a tree, or put up a fence, call 811. Professionals from underground utilities like Peoples will mark your lines so you can dig safely. Whether you're doing the work yourself or hiring a professional, calling 811 is free for homeowners. And it's the law. Call 811 3 days before you dig to keep you and your family safe. Peoples, an Essential Utilities company.
With nearly 900 physicians and 7,300 employees, we are the third largest health system in Western Pennsylvania. We've earned top honors for the quality of our care, including recognition from U.S. News and World Report and Health Grade. We're Independence Health System, comprising Butler, Clarion, Frick, Latrobe, and Westmoreland hospitals. And we're changing the landscape of healthcare in our region by providing low-cost, high-quality care through superb clinical expertise and the latest technology. Independence Health System. Expert care here.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The start of the fourth quarter is brought to you by Hyde Park. Thank you, Pittsburgh, for voting Hyde Park best steak in the city. Steelers will have the ball 1st and 10 from the Browns' 25-yard line. The Steelers took their opening drive in the second half and marched it down the field for a touchdown. A 12-yard beautiful play. A little bit of a broken play. Rodgers rolling to his right finds Connor Hayward in the back of the end zone. The Browns respond with an Andre Schmidt field goal, but it's 16-6, and the Steelers marching once again, controlling the clock as they haven't been able to do all season long. Kenneth Gainwell is the running back to Rodgers' right as they break the huddle in the shotgun. Metcalf and Scotty Miller split out to the right, Skoranek to the left. Darnell Washington is the tight end. Rodgers gets the snap. Back to pass, looking, pump fakes to the right. Now wants to go to Metcalf. Has him in the end zone. Touchdown to Kalen Metcalf. Pittsburgh Steelers score to go up 22-6 pending the extra point.
Beautiful play design. You came off of running the football. Now change of the quarter, change of direction, little bit of a break, and you get a nice pump fake. A pump by Aaron Rodgers, and then back shoulder fade right to the back pylon of the end zone, and DeKalen Metcalf with a touchdown score. And now you can kind of take a small sigh of relief because DK Metcalf once again has scored again for the Steelers.
Fourth straight game that DeKalen Metcalf has hauled in a touchdown pass, and the Steelers cap off a 7-play, 73-yard drive. The extra point by Boswell is up and good, and the Steelers leading 23-6, 14:55 remaining in the fourth quarter. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Steelers fans, your team is a powerhouse. Are you ready for another great game here in the Steel City?
Absolutely. And let's take a minute to talk about the other powerhouse in town, been the best for 48 years straight. Got the grit and strength to take on anything. It's an MVP here in Pittsburgh.
Ford F-Series.
Best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh and in America. Now, how about that young duo on offense?
That's the next powerhouse on our radar.
F-150, the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
For an extraordinary advantage in sports, you need a game plan. For an extraordinary advantage everywhere else, all you need is Acrisure. With a high-tech human approach to insurance, cybersecurity, and more, Acrisure helps you take care of what you care about. That makes winning easy. See what Acrisure's extraordinary advantage can do for you at Acrisure.com.
Steelers fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day, too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a pro or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Enjoy awesome deals Monday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. 2 awesome hours. 5 awesome favorites at discount prices, including our soup, salad, bread, nacho, and dessert bar for only $9.99. $10.99 whitefish, $11.99 soft chicken, and sirloin tips and more. And for our lunch diners, we also have another awesome deal. Get our soup, salad, nacho, bread, and dessert bar for just $9.99. Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Dine-in only. No other discounts apply.
Horses, steak, and sea house. Horses is hospitality.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
14:55 remains in the fourth quarter. Aaron Rodgers on the very first play of this quarter finds Dillon Metcalf for a 25-yard touchdown. Beautiful throw. Metcalf hauls it in. He now has 4 receptions, 95 yards, a touchdown now in 4 consecutive games for him. And the Steelers lead 23-6. And by the way, in case you're just joining us, he prefers Dillon to DK.
And that's what we're trying to promote here is the Dillon.
Here's the kickoff, and it is taken by Ford at his own 10-yard line, heads right up the numbers on the near side of the field, and gets hit hard by Jack Sawyer just as he crosses the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Here's the latest NFL scores brought to you by Clearview Federal Credit Union. Financial advice is closer than you think. Denver defeating the Jets today in London 13-11. The Rams leading Baltimore 17-3. Again, no Lamar Jackson in that game, and Cooper Rush has been benched. Carolina over Dallas 27-24. Arizona and Indy tied at 24. Seattle leads Jacksonville 20-12. The Chargers over Miami 26-13, and New England leads New Orleans 25-19. Here at Acrisure Stadium, 14:50 remains in the fourth quarter. Gabriel in the shotgun. Steelers showing pressures. Gabriel gets the snap. Looking left, throws on a slant. It's complete to Fan in the tight end, and he's going to be taken down by Ramsey and about 4 other Steelers, but not until he gets a first down out to the 48-yard line of the Browns.
Don't let up defense. Don't give up the Jordan Addison-esque type of play because you have a lead. Continue the pace.
And the Browns are going to try to continue the pace, moving to the line of scrimmage without huddling. Gabriel gets the snap. Will give on the delay, and this is Sampson, and Sampson will find a little room off the left side and get down to the 45-yard line of the Steelers. A pickup of about 7 on that first down run before Peyton Wilson can make the stop.
And this play, you don't want to give up these type of plays. Don't let them chunk. You gotta interrupt this action that the Browns have right now.
Gabriel gets the snap, back to pass. Steelers 4-man rush. He has time, throws over the middle of the field, and another potential interception slides through a member of the Steelers' hands. This time it was Juan Thornhill as the ball overshot David Njoku, and who's limping off the field, by the way. And Thornhill, look, the guy flashed in front of him. He didn't get a really good look at that ball.
And that ball hit him right in the breadbasket, and he tried to react. It just wasn't enough. That was a dart thrown, and David Njoku walking off the field again. I think, that first hit that he took by Thornhill still kind of showing some residual effects on Njoku, so he's out for this snap.
3rd and a long 2. Gabriel in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the left. Gets a snap, back to pass. Steps up in the pocket, looking, being chased backside, and he's hit by T.J. Watt. The ball flutters out of his hand. It's incomplete as Watt with a pass break up there.
And once again, this is where you can't measure the effect of T.J. Watt because he is so good at doing other things than just sacking the quarterback. That's the difference between him and Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's a great sacker of the quarterback, but T.J. Watt is a complete X factor on defense.
Now the crowd up and roaring, towels twirling here at Acrisure Stadium as the Browns are going for it on a 4th and 2 from the Steelers 45. 13:47 remains here in the fourth quarter. Gabriel has Ford to his right, gets the snap, back to pass, looking over the middle of the field, has a man wide open. It's Isaiah Bond cutting right to left, and Bond will pick up the first down, tackled by Eccles, who is not getting up. And this is a completion down to the 39-yard line, and Brandon Eccles is in some pain. And remember, he is in for Darius Slay, who is standing on the Steelers sideline with his helmet in his hand. So they're going to attend to to Brandon Eccles at the 13:36 mark of the fourth quarter. We're going to take a break from Acrisure Stadium. Steelers football continues with the score: the Steelers 23, the Browns 6.
DVE and Caliente Pizza and Draft House are teaming up to send 2 lucky fans to watch the Black and Gold take on Detroit on December 21st in the Motor City. The winner receives tickets, airfare, and hotel stay for 2, plus a Caliente gift card. Register today at DVE.com.
What is life-changing medicine? The discovery of cancer at the earliest possible stage, challenging limits and transforming the impossible into reality, or connecting people to doctors and specialists when they need it most. At UPMC, we believe life-changing medicine is all those things. Our goal is to change the world of medicine and the lives of those around us. UPMC, changing healthcare, changing lives. Life-changing medicine.
Hi, I'm John Henney, 4th generation family owner of Henney Jewelers. We know Pittsburgh loves to support local businesses. At Henney Jewelers, our experienced, highly skilled, and friendly team is ready to help you with all of your jewelry needs. From the moment you step into our newly renovated store in Shadyside, you'll experience the Henney difference, an inviting atmosphere, luxury shopping, and the highest quality engagement ring and jewelry selection anywhere. Visit HenneyJewelers.com for information and appointments, or simply walk in. Henney Jewelers, your jewelers for life.
This is Max Starks. On the field, my job was all about protection. Keeping Big Ben upright, blocking the rush, securing the win. At home, I trust Pella Windows of Pittsburgh for that same level of protection and quality. Pella Windows are built tough. Like Pittsburgh, they're energy efficient and they look great too. So when it's time to replace your windows, go with the team that knows how to protect. Call Pella Pittsburgh at 412-219-2291 or visit PellaPittsburgh.com and tell them Max sent you.
At Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, our table has no end. Every seat filled means another neighbor nourished. But this table needs you. Donate, volunteer, advocate, because the power of you keeps the table growing. Activate your power today at PittsburghFoodBank.org.
Your radio home for Steelers football is DBE.
So Brandon Eccles able to get off the field under his own power. It is a 1st and 10. The ball is at the 38-yard line of the Steelers. Browns driving down 23-6 at the 13:36 mark. Moving left to right in front of us. Jerome Ford is to the right of quarterback Dillon Gabriel in the shotgun. He moves thrash in motion right to left. 2 receivers split to each side. Steelers showing 4-man rush. That's what they'll bring as Gabriel gets the snap. And a little screen set out to the right. And, oh, my goodness, complete to Ford. And Patrick Queen closed in a hurry and knocked Ford back. Actually, Ford slipped out of the tackle. So after reinforcements arrive, he's going to lose a couple on the play.
And I thought Patrick Queen tried to rip that ball out of Jerome Ford's hand, and that momentum is what spun him backwards an additional 1 to 2 yards.
2nd and 12. Gabriel gets the snap, back to pass, looking, and throws short over the middle of the field. It's complete to Fannin, and Fannin will be walloped at the 33-yard line. So a short pickup is going to bring up, I beg your pardon, that's Ford, not Fannin on the catch. So it'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
Big
Ball
play
40
here.
and counting. Yeah, Gabriel gets a snap, looking on a little crossing pattern, finds Bond underneath. Bond's going to make the catch, but tackled immediately by Joey Porter Jr. at the 30-yard line. So it's going to be another 4th down for the Browns.
Browns coming in with big personnel on this one. I mean, it looks like you have a D lineman and an offensive lineman both reporting eligible because Jack Conklin is out of this game. David Njoku is out of this game right now.
And they've used Aiden Huntington, that defensive lineman you're referring to, in these short yardage situations all season long. tightly bunched formation. Gabriel under center, turns, gives Judkins right side, and Judkins will pick up the first down. Joey Porter Jr. and Deshaun Elliott bring him down, but he gets all the way down to the 24-yard line. Just a quick dive off the right side, and it picks up the first down.
Picks up about 5 yards. I mean, you had the Maryland eye, but in the shotgun sense, you had two wings and a guy in the back in the pistol formation there, a little diamond formation, if you will, to get that play going.
Ford is checked back in. He is to the left of Gabriel in the shotgun. Gabriel gets a snap. Steelers bringing Ford. Gabriel floats up the right sideline, incomplete, over the head of Bond, with Joey Porter Jr. in excellent coverage of Bond and Patrick Queen supplying some pressure.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. I mean, this team in Cleveland is desperate, so they're going to throw some things up there in the air. So you have to be on your P's and Q's. You have to be on your targets and your marks. So you can't let anybody squirt behind you defensively. So great coverage by Joey. Had his eyes turned around, and he owned his position, which forced Isaiah Bonds out of bounds.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 24-yard line, right in the middle of the field. Empty set. Browns moving left to right in front of us. Clock stopped. 11:21 remaining fourth quarter. Snap to Gabriel, back to pass, pressure coming, he rolls out to his left, looking, trying to guide traffic downfield, lofts, has a man open, it's Jeudy, and it's incomplete. Had Jeudy breaking wide open in the end zone, and he overshot him.
And Brandon Echols had great coverage there, and Dillon Gabriel floated it perfectly, but Jeudy only could get one hand on it as it was going out of bounds. So the momentum carrying everything out there to the left on that play, and Steelers get away with an errant throw.
Cleveland is 3 for 10 on third down. Keep in mind, however, they have converted 2 fourth downs on this drive. Ball to the 24-yard line, 3rd and 10. Steelers up 23-6. Gabriel in the shotgun. As 2 receivers split to each side. As Ford to his right, and T.J. Watt, he's pointing to the clock, says this should be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And he was right. So it'll be 3rd and 15 now.
I mean, great job by TJ assisting the referee on that one. Does he get an assist of any type by assisting in a penalty?
No, he was so
like it's a
alert.
sack. 5-yard penalty.
So into the game, so alert to point. Usually that's a quarterback.
The clock
it's amazing.
You're watching the snap at the same time. The guy has eyeballs everywhere.
3rd and 15, 11:14 remaining in the fourth quarter. Gabriel has 3 receivers to the right as he gets the snap. Back to pass. Pressure coming up the middle. The toss over the middle of the field. Oh, boy. And Larvidan makes the catch. He is hammered. There are all kinds of flags on the field. You have to get the feeling that's going to be a helmet-to-helmet to Larvidan. But again, that's Joey Porter Jr. now is down for the Steelers. So crews from both sides, the doctors and all that running out of the field from both sides. Larvidan being helped off the field. Now, there are 2 flags. It looked like there was a flag earlier where you maybe would expect defensive holding, maybe.
Yeah, holding zone, then that helmet-to-helmet type contact, personal foul variety. And I don't know where the 3rd one came from.
The ruling on the field is a completed catch. There were 2 fouls during the play, both by the defense. Holding, number 5. That penalty is declined. Personal foul and necessary roughness. Number 22. That penalty is accepted half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
So the hold on Ramsey, we suspected that's where that flag normally comes in. That's declined. Juan Thornhill is going to be hit with the...
Correction, the foul was by number 25. Number 25 on the unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, he did. And Larvidan dropped that ball. I mean, his hands went down immediately. He went to sleep for a second and then got back up, had to be assisted to the sideline. That was a textbook helmet-to-helmet hit in that moment.
No real doubt on that call.
Yeah.
That's the right call.
But you hate in these moments that the Steelers, after playing so well, are now starting to crack a little bit, starting to give, Cleveland some hope, give them some momentum in their direction, and you want to snuff that out as much as you can. But right now, 2 fourth down conversions, and you get that big penalty there to put them within the 10-yard line.
12th play of the drive. They've had a couple of long drives, has Cleveland, in this second half. Gabriel has Ford to his right. See, they're showing pressure up the middle. And they'll bring Holcomb, the handoff to Judkins off the left side, and Judkins will kind of lunge forward there and get down to about the 5-yard line. Deshaun Elliott in the stop for the Steelers.
And this is just a little stutter inside zone by the Browns, just trying to chew up time, get some positive yards. Now they have to score. They don't get any other first down opportunities. They're here at the 5-yard line.
2 receivers split to each side for Gabriel as he gets the snap. Throws on the crossing pattern, and it hits Bond right in the helmet. Crossing left to right. I mean, if he has his hands up, it's an easy touchdown. Hit him right in the melon.
Yeah, that one, I think there was a clear miscommunication. Isaiah Bond didn't even look at the receiver. As soon as he ducked, he got doinked in the side of the head by the ball. And, yeah, life comes at you fast when you're here in the red zone. But you have to believe this is 4-down territory, so they're going to try 2 opportunities at this because they got to make a splash play being down 23-6.
3rd and goal. Ball at the 5-yard line on the left hash. 10:31 remaining. Gabriel gets a snap, looking to the right and throwing, and all kinds of contact down there as Jeudy and Eccles got tangled up. Flags come in, and presumably this will be on Eccles.
Oh, leg tangle. Eccles fell down, and he and Jerry Jeudy got tangled up. You wonder if there was some intent there that maybe Eccles kind of dead-legged it on the log roll and prevented Jeudy from getting over there.
Pass interference. Defense number 26. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
Crowd does not like this call at all. I'm eager to see the replay on this because it looked like the two. Oh, my goodness gracious. Jeudy threw him to the ground and stumbled over the top of him.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Now that's a bad call right there. Right. I'm going to go out there and say it.
Look, we've said that the call on Elliott was a good one. We understood some of this one. Wow, they just missed that one, it looks like.
Because he absolutely body slammed him.
So 4 in the game. Gabriel in the shotgun, gets the snap. Back to pass, looking left now under duress, is just going to heave it through the back of the end zone, incomplete, as he had Herbig and others right in his grill.
And that's the right way. Now the defense, though, has to do a job. You got 3 more plays to stop this team and bringing that pressure up the middle. Great job on the blitz by Holcomb and Herbig getting there in Dillon Gabriel's face.
Now this crowd's still unhappy with that call on Eccles that got a fresh set of downs for the Browns. 10:22 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Gabriel in the shotgun has 4 to his right, 2 receivers split to the left, 1 to the right. Going toward the open end of the end zone here at Acrisure Stadium. Gabriel gets a snap. Back to pass, looking left. Under pressure. Herbig gets him back at the 14 and slings him to the turf.
That's a moment. That's a moment. We've been looking for these big plays, and of course, Big Play Herbig, I think, is why I'm going to have to change it. I know Big Play Slay has his nickname, but Herbig has come up big every game since he's been back week 2. He's come up with one of these plays, and he's been the get near guy. He is being the get here guy since he's been back. 4 games in a row, 4 sacks for Herbig.
That is a meeting of guys from Hawaii, both Gabriel and Herbig from Hawaii. Herbig got 3.5 sacks in his 4 games played. Gabriel gets a snap, back looking, throws to the left, and nearly picked off by Joey Porter Jr. It tumbles incomplete into the end zone, and it'll be now a 4th down for the Browns. And the Browns, really no choice here. They send out Andre Schmidt to try a field goal.
Let's just think about the sequence of events here, Rob. Oh, Joey's down. Ah, darn it.
Remember, his first game back since game 1 of the season. Missed the ensuing 3 games. And he is being tended to, and he is going to be helped up. And it looks like he'll be walking off the field under his own power as Eccles came over and gave him an assistance off the mat here at Acrisure Stadium. And again, if you're playing along at home thinking, look, I agree with you. Once they got inside the 5, they were probably going to try to score the touchdown. But this field goal gets it back to a 2-score game if Schmidt can successfully boot this one through from, it looks like, 32 yards.
But, man, think about what the Steelers did. You were down on the 3-yard line in a bad place, and bend but don't break. You force them back. Nick Herbig comes up with a big play, and instead of giving them 7, they are only going to potentially come away with 3 in this game. A great job by the Steelers defense of just staying in it and staying poised and keeping them out of the end zone.
Schmidt on to try the 32-yarder, left to right. Snap, hold, kick, up, kick, good by Schmidt. His 3rd field goal of the game at the 9:29 mark. After an 18-play, 54-yard drive, Steelers football continues with the score: the Steelers 23, the Browns 9.
For the last 48 years, Ford F-Series have been America's go-to trucks for moving mountains and also trailers, wood piles, and snow drifts. Work days and weekends, from the job site to the campsite. These trucks never stop working, just like you. That's what makes them America's best-selling trucks for 48 years. Ford F-150, official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers and Pittsburgh's best-selling trucks.
It's Max Starks for my friends at Clearview Federal Credit Union. Clearview is here to help you reach your financial goals and support our community every step of the way. This season, they're giving back through Touchdowns for Hope, donating $500 to Light of Life Rescue Mission for every Pittsburgh touchdown. That's just one way Clearview shows up for those who need it most. Visit clearviewfcu.org/touchdown to learn more and open an account today. That's clearviewfcu.org/touchdown.
Think you have what it takes to be a part of a passionate team in a thriving industry? 84 Lumber is immediately hiring for a variety of full-time positions at its southwestern PA locations. 84 Lumber knows their successes come from their people. They prioritize growth by making it easy to pave your own path within the company. They are proud to promote nearly 100% from within and help you create a career that you are proud of. Take the first step to building the career of your dreams by visiting 84lumber.com/careers to apply today.
Hey, Steelers fans. If the Steelers score 3 or more touchdowns, you score 2 on the BetMGM app. Download the app and claim a casino bonus when the Steelers score 3 or more touchdowns during the regular season. Don't miss your next casino bonus on BetMGM. See BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 and older to wager. PA and West Virginia only. Subject to eligibility requirements. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your home for the Steelers. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
An 8-play, 54-yard drive took 5 minutes and 26 seconds. Schmidt, the field goal, his 3rd of the game, has cut it to a 2-score game, 23-9. Max, we were talking during the break about the Steelers had 7 turnovers in the last 2 games. You're not going to keep up that pace. This might be the reverse hidden vigorish. Like, they've had 5. They had 1 turnover called back after T.J. Watt was lined up off sides. Yep. They've had 4 or 5 other opportunities for interceptions. Still, though, look, you'll take it because you're up 23-9.
Yeah, you will. But, man, so close in a lot of these. And it's turning into horseshoes instead of hand grenades, thankfully.
Quinshon Williams gets the kickoff, angles up to the right and over to the middle of the field, and is stopped at the 28-yard line, which is where the Steelers will have the football after a 24-yard drive. Spencer Anderson is checked in. You would like nothing better, as the Steelers have yet to win the time of possession battle. They're about 2 minutes and 15 seconds short of doing that. You'd like nothing more than to do it right here.
2 minutes and 18 seconds before they can win that.
Right.
Because you need 30 minutes and 1 second.
Right, sure.
Yeah, so I'm holding my breath for that. I just need this to happen. So these guys, because they've done such a great job running the football, pass protecting in this game, you haven't really heard a lot of Myles Garrett in this contest. So I want the momentum to keep in their favor.
It's a broken eye to the left with Rodgers under center, and Anderson is the fullback in the handoff, and it is Caleb Johnson to the right side, not behind Anderson, and he picks up about 3 yards. So Caleb Johnson, once again, we saw him last week, 6 carries, 22 yards, beginning to factor a little bit more into the Steelers offense.
Well, and you need that guy who can bludgeon. I mean, that's why you brought Caleb Johnson in. He's a hammer. He's a physical guy. You want him to constantly just tenderize this defense, and then you use the Jalen Warren and the Kenneth Gainwell to change of pace backs.
Gainwell is back into the game. He is the lone setback behind Rodgers, who once again is under center, and once again the jumbo package with Anderson and Darnell Washington, who's an H-back to the right, now motions to the left. Pitch back to the right for Gainwell, trying to get to the edge. Oh, that is snuffed out Carson Schlesinger is a really fine-looking young linebacker, and he stops that for maybe a loss of a yard back at the 30.
And this one, the pitch reverse, you send all the motion to the left. You motion Darnell Washington to the side with Spencer Anderson, trying to get flow. And Carson Schlesinger just patient, sitting in pace, and just following the eyes of the running back. That's his job. And so he snuffed that one out pretty quickly. So for this Steelers run game, I want to see more action running behind those guys. Let's get up and let's bring the hammer. Not a lot of cute stuff here like that last play.
3rd and 7. The Steelers are 5 for 10 on 3rd down. Brown showing pressure. Gainwell to the right of Rodgers, who wants a timeout at the 7:54 mark. And so the Steelers will use one here. Let's head downstairs now for an injury update with Missy Matthews. Missy?
Well, guys, he's still in the blue tent. He was doing some light jogging for the trainers and doctors on the Steelers sideline. I am told he is still being evaluated for a head injury. When we get an update, I'll let you know.
Thank you, Missy. And that's Joey Porter Jr., who has just emerged from the blue tent, and now another player going into the blue tent. They're lining up down there.
It's like a carousel down there. It looks like Darius Slay being the guy in there, if I'm not mistaken, Missy.
Yep. So we haven't seen Slay since he was knocked out of the game earlier, so he is being examined. Remember, short week for the Steelers. They'll be playing Thursday in Cincinnati. Like to come out of this game as healthy as you can, but the first order of business is coming out with a victory. Up 23-9. Now a 3rd and 8. The ball at their own 30-yard line, moving right to left in front of us. Rodgers moves Gainwell to his right. Now Gainwell will approach the line of scrimmage, so it's an empty set for Rodgers. Brown showing 4-man rush. That's what they'll bring. Rodgers quick throw out to the right flat to Gainwell, and Gainwell is going to be tackled short. That's Schlesinger once again. Boy, does he move sideline to sideline, and so that's a punting situation. The ball marked the 34-yard line for the Steelers.
And the Steelers just couldn't quite get things going. Aaron Rodgers makes a good throw. Kenneth Gainwell has to go a little bit low. You'd like him to catch it in motion as he spins around, but because of that little dip and then course correct himself to orient himself, he could not get there in time to get to the line to gain, and Carson Schlesinger was right on top of him.
Remember, Larverton was banged up early in the game, so Isaiah Boyd back to receive this punt by Waitman. End over end kick, and he will take it. Will Bond at his 16-yard line, starts to the left, tries to maneuver his way to the middle of the field, now tries to get to the edge, and Cole Holcomb is there. Boy, great lane discipline on that coverage by Cole Holcomb to stop him at the 25-yard line. 50-yard kick and a 16-yard return. Has the ball at the 25-yard line, and it's a 7:05 mark of the fourth quarter. Steelers football continues to the score. The Steelers 23, the Browns 9.
At FNB, we rewrote the rules of banking and made getting everything you need a whole lot easier. Experience the one-of-a-kind eStore Common app from FNB. Checking, savings, loans, credit cards. One application done in minutes. Just one common app for more than 40 business and consumer products. Can your bank do that? Didn't think so. Welcome to FNB. Let's get started at fnb-online.com. Loan subject to credit approval. FNB member FDIC.
Jerry Wargenis from the Gateway Clipper. Host your wedding, social event, or corporate dinner and showcase the city to your guests. Destination entertainment with dinner, drinks, and unbeatable sights. Book your boat today. Visit gatewayclipper.com for information.
Ford F-Series, a name you'll remember. They're the best-selling trucks in America and the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers, capable of towing, hauling, and being the MVP of your game day tailgate. They're here to help you score big. Go to neighborhoodfordstore.com and enter for a chance to win an F-150. You might just become the talk of Steelers Nation. F-Series, the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
At Washington and Jefferson College, we don't just equip you for what's next. We empower you to adapt and thrive. At W&J, bold academics meet professors who coach you to succeed. Real-world experience is built into every major. So when you graduate, you're not just ready, you're game ready. Schedule your campus visit today at washjeff.edu. That's washjeff.edu, and see where your journey begins. Washington and Jefferson College, where you learn to adapt to any challenge and thrive in the ever-changing world.
Score big at Don's Appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with Cafe and GE Profile appliances. Perfect for tailgating snacks and halftime feasts. Get free next day delivery and guaranteed lowest prices. Shop DonsAppliances.com.
Steelers football happens here. The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network. We now pause for station identification on the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
We'll talk about this game starting tomorrow with the DVE Morning Show. Then, all week, we get you ready for the next game on your radio home of the Steelers, WDVE, Pittsburgh.
Renegade has the crowd up, twirling its towels, singing along in unison, some of them anyway, as the Steelers defense takes the field. And again, Max, here, the Browns have hung around. They've had two very long drives here in the second half, both resulting in field goals. 7:05 remains. The Browns have all 3 timeouts remaining, and they're down by 2 scores here, 14 points.
What would cure all of this? A little Renegade magic, a little Renegade mojo here. Let's get a turnover, change of possession, sudden change moment here. Hopefully this has invigorated the Steelers defense to go out there and attack.
And Judkins gets the handoff trying the left side, and not much there. Still batters his way forward to pick up about a yard or so. Boy, he was hit. That might be a record number of Steelers hitting him in a 1-yard run.
Yeah, it was easily about 7 guys that hit him in that moment. And Browns going no huddle here because you don't have a lot of time. You are down 14 points, so expect the pace to pick up for the Browns.
2nd and 9, empty set here for Gabriel. Steelers will bring 4. Gabriel back to pass, looking, throws short right underneath, and this is complete to Fannin, his tight end. And Fannin with Patrick Queen trying to rip the ball out of there unsuccessfully. He has the ball out at the close to the 40-yard line, and they're going to call this now 3rd and inches. Gabriel has Judkins to his right in the shotgun. Hands out, gets the snap. We'll give to Judkins, starts left, and will stay left, and will pick up the first down, crossing the 40 out close to the 44-yard line.
Yeah. Easy dive play there for Judkins. Just gets right behind the surge of the interior of that offensive line, behind Batonio and company, and gets the job done.
By the way, I want to point out both Slay and Porter back in at the cornerback position for the Steelers as Gabriel gets the snap. Back throws underneath to Fannin. It's complete, and Fannin will cross midfield before Cole Holcomb and Patrick Queen and Jalen Ramsey can make the stop. It is a pickup of 8, brings up a 2nd and 2.
Just a little check down.
Yep, 5.5 minutes remaining here in this fourth quarter. Gabriel lifts the foot, extends the hand, gets a snap. Back to pass, looking, and going to be hit from the backside, and he is going to be taken down. It is Herbig once again. A huge imprint on this game for Nick Herbig over the last several minutes.
I don't even know what the Hawaiian word is for game wrecker, but whatever it is, I'm not even going to try and botch it up, but he has been an absolute terror on the edge and doing a great job working against KT Levinston over at the right tackle position right now.
Now a 3rd and 8. Steelers showing pressure. They will bring 4. And here's Ramsey on the backside, and Ramsey will track down Gabriel moving to his left. 2nd sack of the game for Jalen Ramsey, all the way back to the Browns' 41-yard line.
All that goodwill, all that yardage, taken away in consecutive plays. First Herbig, and now Jalen the Ram Ramsey gives his 2nd sack of the game. Big moment here. 4th and long. Steelers, let's see if they can turn them over on possession.
4th and 12. Browns have to go to it as we're at the 4:15 mark here in the fourth quarter. Gabriel empties the set. Steelers showing 4-man rush. Gabriel gets the snap. Steelers will bring 4. Gabriel back, rolling out to his left, throws underneath, and nearly intercepted, incomplete, and the Steelers will get the ball on downs.
That's just as good as a turnover, though, Rob.
Better.
Yeah.
If Thornhill picks that one off, the Steelers have the ball at their own 40. Instead, they'll have the ball at the 41 of the Browns. Hey, no turnovers thus far, but a dominating effort here by this defense.
Steelers defense answered the Renegade call. When it comes to calling, you've got to answer, and they did so. 4 consecutive plays where they absolutely dominated. 2 sacks, a turnover on downs, and now we're talking about the Steelers getting into the grind-it mode. 4-minute offense. Take the life out of this team, and let's finish it off strong.
The Steelers' 4th down stop in the fourth quarter was the Northwest switch of possession play. Listen to Michelle Michaels tomorrow for the cue to call in. Tell her the Northwest Bank switch of possession play and win a $100 Visa gift card courtesy of Northwest Bank, the team that brings you expert advice right in your neighborhood. Go to northwest.com. Northwest Bank for what's next. Caleb Johnson, the lone setback behind Aaron Rodgers, who was under center. Rodgers gets the snap. Will give to Johnson, who will start to the right and then try to cut back, and not much there. May have leaned forward for half a yard or so, and the Browns will use their first of their 3 timeouts.
I think if you could hear in our headset, if you're picking up on the microphone, it says Cleveland does not do something well.
Yes.
First charge timeout. Cleveland, this is a 30-second timeout.
Well, as Missy mentioned at the head of the broadcast, 21 consecutive victories for the Steelers here at Acrisure Stadium, looking to make that 22 in a row.
And nothing short of a great team effort.
Yes, that's regular season, by the way.
That's right. We did
the playoff game. We're not going to remember.
Let's not talk about
remember that one.
Regular season. That's where we're at. We're not talking about playoffs. And the Steelers have handled business in this game. Now let's close it out. Let's chew this clock up. They still have a little bit of time left that they need to amass here. Oh, nope, sorry. 30 minutes and 12 seconds.
Okay.
They have won the time of possession battle so far in this game, which is good. The first time they've done that in a while.
2nd and 9. Rodgers in the shotgun, and he will fake and throw out to the right to Jonnu Smith, who's going to be corralled inside the 35 down at the 34-yard line and close to first down yardage. And I don't know whether he was out of bounds here or whether the Browns had to use another timeout. Bush made the tackle, and it is going to be a timeout as Jonnu Smith was taken down just in bounds on the far sideline. And so the Browns use their second timeout at the 3:50 mark of the fourth.
Well, you can't take them with you in these moments, and we are encroaching on the we are well within the Chris Boswell scoring zone, so the high red zone or the Boz zone, so to speak.
Yep.
But a nice 3rd and short here. They can convert this, finish off the last timeout for the Browns, and then you can go into chew it up mode at that point once they're out of timeouts. And you got to convert here.
Yeah, Johnson remains in the game. He is to the right of Rodgers in the shotgun, who has 3 receivers to his left. Tight end to the right of the formation as well. Rodgers surveying the field. Now leans forward, gets a snap, and will give to Caleb Johnson. Johnson trying to go right up the middle, and no gain. In fact, might have lost a half a yard back to the 36. And the Browns will use their 3rd and final timeout at the 3:44 mark, and Chris Boswell on the field goal unit will come out for the Steelers. And again, the importance here, Max, you're up 2 scores, right? You get a field goal here, and it's 3 scores with 3 minutes and 40 seconds or thereabouts remaining, and the Browns out of timeouts.
Yeah, and it's going to be quick. I mean, all they have is the 2 minute timeout.
Warning.
I want to say college. 2 minute warning in the pros, 2 minute timeout in college. It's such a difference. The same thing. But that's the only thing they'll have in their favor from this moment forward, and down 3 scores. We would call that insurmountable.
Well, hardly a chip shot here as the ball is going to be marked in the right hash, a 54-yard attempt for Boswell. Christian Kuntz on to snap, Corliss Waitman on to hold, and now Boswell marking off his steps, head down. Now it's back up. He's ready to go. Here's the snap. Here's the hold. Here's the boot, and that boot, it looks like somebody tipped it at the line of scrimmage, and so it is no good.
Oh, he slipped.
Oh, no, Boswell slipped on that attempt. I couldn't tell if somebody hit it. Now he's kicking it to turf in disgust as we head down to Missy Matthews to talk about the field conditions. Missy.
Yeah, well, I can tell you that there's been several times T.J. Watt has complained about it. As you see with Chris Boswell, it feels like it's that middle part of the field where you're seeing kind of chunks come up. I'm sure it's scheduled to be resodded at some point, but it is definitely something that has been making players a little not happy today.
Well, Boswell had been 3 for 3 in this game and 3 for 3 from 50 or more on the season, so that's his first miss in that department. So his only misses this year, a block and a slip. But again, the Browns at least have a puncher's chance. Score a touchdown, you have to recover an onside kick, and unless you can score very quickly here, 3:39 remains as Ford is in next to Gabriel in the shotgun. Gabriel gets a snap, back to pass, looking to step up, in trouble, throws out to the left to Ford. It's complete, and Ford is hammered. Wilson kind of spun him around, and Patrick Queen finished him off on the far side of the field at the 47-yard line, a pickup of 3.
And he was hit really hard there, and a lot of pressure in Dillon Gabriel's face to get rid of that football.
3:15 and counting. Officials say go ahead and play as they spot the ball. Steelers showing 4-man rush. Gabriel gets a snap, back to pass, looking, has some time, throws short right again. It is complete, and it is Ford once again tries to spin out of a tackle, going to be taken down by Peppers at about the 46-yard line. Is now Jabril Peppers is not getting up, and he rolls to his back here on the turf at Acrisure Stadium.
And it looked like he took a little noggination there as he was hitting the defender. I'm trying to watch the replay here to get a better sense of what happened on the play.
3rd and 2 right now. As Max, you take a look at this replay, let us know what happened. 2:52 remains here. 23-9, the Steelers lead. Peppers is up and kind of moving his right arm around a little bit as he walks off the field.
Yeah, kind of went low on Jerome Ford trying to tackle his legs. Kind of got spun out and caught a knee, it looks like, in the side of the helmet as he was doing that. But I think that was the shoulder motion. When he went to wrap, he kind of caught the knee in the head and the shoulder area. And that's what gave him a little quick glance, and looks like he couldn't quite recover from it in time.
Peppers on the sideline, Slay on the sideline, Ramsey on the sideline, all bunched together here watching their teammates try to put a stop to this. Last gasp effort here by the Cleveland Browns. Down 23-9, 2:45 remaining, facing a 3rd and 1 at the 47-yard line of the Steelers. Snap, the handoff off the right side, squirting through a small hole is Ford. He will pick up a first down as he spun down there by Keanu Benton. 2:30 and counting remaining. Browns pick up the first down. Fresh set of downs for them at the 42-yard line. Gabriel in the shotgun will move Bond left to right. 3 receivers on the right, 1 to the left. He gets a snap. 4-man rush for the Steelers to throw out to Bond, and incomplete behind him, floating in the air. For a brief second, I thought that Steelers' first interception was going to happen. They've been so close today, but this one hit the ground in front of Eccles. Had no real chance to get this one.
And Bond was cutting in, and Dillon Gabriel threw it behind Bond after he came out of the break. I think there was a miscommunication on the route. It was a choice. Thought he was going to run the back shoulder, or the fade, so to speak, versus running the in route, and there was a confusion there. So ball falls harmlessly to the ground. Man, I would love for these guys to get just one interception. So close today.
2nd and 10, the ball on the 42-yard line. Gabriel in the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. Gets a snap, back to pass. Here comes Sawyer, and Sawyer hammers him to the ground as the ball floats out of there. Steelers are going to pick it up. Peppers back in the game. They think this might be a fumble. I haven't seen any indication yet.
Came forward with control of the ball. It's an incomplete forward pass.
Okay, there's your indication. And great pressure supplied by Sawyer. And then from the front side, Odomewu. Good to see Asese out there.
Yeah, big up and under move by Jack Sawyer to get KT Levinson moving, and then just gives him a move to the outside and then up and under, and tattooed Gabriel right in the back.
3rd and 10, ball at the 42-yard line. Steelers with 6 men up at the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap, and they'll bring all 6. There's a flag on the play, and the pass is complete to Fannin, who gets up and keeps running. Nobody touches him down, and he is hogtied by Thornhill, drags him along down to the 18-yard line. I think there's a flag. I think this might be offside on the Steelers. We'll see.
Offsides again. That's what it's looking like.
Offside. Defense number 24 lined up in the neutral zone. The penalty is declined. Result of the play, first down Cleveland.
So the Browns will have the ball at the 18-yard line of the Steelers. Time now for the 2-minute warning, brought to you by Giant Eagle. Giant Eagle is proud to bring freshness, quality, and value to Steelers Nation. Visit your neighborhood store or order online with curbside pickup and delivery. With the score, the Steelers 23, the Browns 9. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
Steelers fans expect a certain standard. That's true of the food they share on game day, too, which is why Giant Eagle is always part of the game plan. With fresh, high-quality food and everyday savings, it's easy to tailgate like a pro or feed the ravenous fans at home. For long touchdown runs and effortless grocery runs, Giant Eagle is here. Giant Eagle, official supermarket of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We celebrate the brave, the powerful, pink ribbon wearers and supporters who turn the fear and uncertainty of a breast cancer diagnosis into strength and hope. At UPMC, we're here to support you with screenings, compassionate experts, and innovative therapies, because we know that sometimes you just need someone by your side through every step of the journey. Learn more at upmc.com/breast cancer awareness.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
Ford F-Series, a name you'll remember. They're the best-selling trucks in America and the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers, capable of towing, hauling, and being the MVP of your game day tailgate. They're here to help you score big. Go to neighborhoodfordstore.com and enter for a chance to win an F-150. You might just become the talk of Steelers Nation. F-Series, the best-selling trucks in Pittsburgh.
We bleed black and gold. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
At Acrisure Stadium, first AFC North opponent for the Steelers. The first place 3-1 Steelers is the Cleveland Browns. Steelers lead 23-9. 2-minute warning, ball at the 18-yard line of the Steelers. So clearly the Browns need a touchdown here. They need an onside kick that will be successful for them, and they need another touchdown. Try to send this game to overtime. Gabriel gets the snap. Steelers four-man rush coming. Gabriel throws out to the left, incomplete for Jeudy along the sidelines, and it slips through his fingers. Don't know if he would have been in bounds. Either way, it is a 2nd and 10.
And a good job in coverage by James Pierre, sticking with Jerry Jeudy out of that break. And this is 4-down territory for the Browns. They can still get a first down if they convert inside the 8-yard line. But you'd love to just shut them out and just, once again, turnover on downs, take a couple of knees and be on to Cincinnati, but still got a minute 55 left here to play.
And the Steelers resting a lot of their regulars on defense right now. No Hayward, no Watt, no Slay, no Ramsey. Here's a snap. Gabriel, and he throws complete underneath, and that is Thrash moving right to left, who makes the catch, and is tackled immediately by Eccles at the 14-yard line. And now one of the Browns is hurt.
And one of the Browns. So 70. This.
It might be
72.
Cam Robinson, is it?
Cam Robinson or KT Levinson. I can't really tell. Is it 68 Cam Robinson then?
So the left tackle position has been
decimated
for the Cleveland Browns. It has been there will be a 10-second runoff here with the injury. It has been a revolving door for them. They had obviously DeJuan Jones injury. I say obviously for those that follow the NFL. He was injured. He's been out. They've been trying to patch up that left tackle position. They trade for Cam Robinson. A couple days of work. He was able to play a little bit in London. He was a starter here today, and they're hoping he's going to solidify that left tackle position, but now he's down on the field.
And KT Levinson is playing at right tackle because Jack Conklin's already out.
Right.
So you're now going to be turning to your backup center, Luke Whippler, potentially to come in, or you're going to slide somebody over. Maybe a Tevin Jenkins comes in. But, you know, those are guys that are out, and I'm trying.
It is Jenkins.
Okay, it is Tevin Jenkins, who's been primarily a guard for Chicago his entire career, was a tackle in college, and so he's now going to be the guy manning the front side, not the blind side at left tackle.
And by the way, in case you're wondering about the Cleveland Browns offensive line situation, from left guard to right tackle, all gone after this year.
Yeah.
Two Pro Bowlers and an All-Pro, all gone.
Yeah,
their contracts are all up after the season unless they're re-signed by the Browns. So they're hoping guys like Jenkins and Whippler can come in and show that they're NFL-capable starters. That is for a future discussion, although in the present, Jenkins is out there now manning the left tackle position with Herbig set up wide there and Odomewo as well. Jack Sawyer is in on the near side, and he is set up on the outside of Blake Whitehart, the tight end. So it's a 3rd and 6, ball at the 14-yard line of the Steelers. 1:31 remains. Gabriel gets it, flings it out to the left, and a great job as Pierre comes up and bats it away from Jerry Jeudy. Incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down.
2 for 2 on James Pierre. That guy is still sticking around here, and you got to love that. More a special teams ace now in this career, but obviously with the injuries there are also the pulling of guys, reserving of guys. He's now pressed into action. Him and Joey Porter Jr. operating at both cornerback positions, with Echols playing the slot nickel position for this defense.
Crowd up and roaring. They want to see the defense end this game right here. Gabriel gets the snap, back to pass, pressure coming, throws over the middle of the field, incomplete, intended for Fannin, as the ball is deflected and wobbles into the end zone, lands on the grass here at Acrisure Stadium as Echols got a hand on it, and that will be it with 1:22 remaining on the clock officially before the Steelers can claim the victory.
We'll take 2 turnovers on downs as turnovers.
That's right.
In this moment. We'll take them. That's still 2 turnovers for this defense, even though they had their hands on about 6 other interception type of plays. But now, the greatest play in football, 6 tight diamond, baby, a.k.a. victory. Jalen Ramsey put a helmet back on to come in for these last couple of plays, taking the place of the Troy Polamalu tradition of a defensive player coming in as the deep back on the kneel downs, and Mason Rudolph doing the honors here at QB.
He's able to get in, take his first snaps of the season under center. Takes the snap, takes the knee, and the clock begins to roll here. 1:18, 1:17, 1:16. So the Steelers that close away to improving to 4-1, and the Ravens lost to the Rams today, and the Steelers have an opportunity now to take a stranglehold on the division, depending what happens with the Bengals later on this afternoon in Green Bay. Of course, the Bengals up next for the Steelers as well on Thursday night in Cincinnati.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough stretch, but this is the first back-to-back division games in a short turnaround week. You don't want to take anything for granted, so glad they can finish this out strong and make sure you keep guys as healthy as possible going into a short turnaround week in a Thursday night football game.
And one more snap is going to be necessary. Just 1 second between the play clock and the game clock, as Mason Rudolph was trying to kind of slide forward and take as much time as he could so they wouldn't have to snap it again, but they will have to snap it one more time, as the Steelers 23 seconds, 22 seconds away from improving to 4-1 and getting their first win here at Acrisure Stadium.
And most importantly, you don't want to lose rushing yards. That's what the kneel down does. That's why you also step forward.
Okay.
And keep the run yardage totals intact.
Now the Steelers will win the time of possession battle for the first time this season, and they will win the game for the 4th time this season. That is the end of the game with the final score: the Steelers 23, the Browns 9. Brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. The F-150 is the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Stay tuned for Steelers' first reaction in the Mike Tomlin post-game press conference. You're listening to the Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network.
The Pittsburgh Steelers Audio Network proudly presents Steelers Football 2025. Brought to you in part by 84 Lumber, a dynasty partner of the Pittsburgh Steelers. By Calusi Chevrolet.